43 in Charleston at 7:08 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. And coming up, we have more news from Lynette and more sports from Kyle, so don't move a muscle on the Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Good Friday morning to you again. It's 7:10 on the Morning Brew. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and you. Hope your Friday is going smoothly so far. And we are pleased as punch to welcome back to wild, wonderful West Virginia, all the way from Scotland, our good friend, Spike Nesman.
All right.
How you doing?
You have no idea how good it is to be back.
I bet.
It's just, all these 6 months of stress, of emotion, of everything just disappeared. I didn't even get my luggage. I was in one of these little tiny planes coming, because I had to transfer from Newark, where they stole my luggage, by the way.
Oh, nice.
There's bits missing, so
Oh.
all the stuff I brought back from Tunisia is gone, I'm afraid.
Can you believe that?
Holy moly.
But I shall be ripping someone a new one to get them back.
Oh, there you go. That'll be fun.
Oh, absolutely. I like ripping people new ones.
And so you're here to stay.
Yeah,
We are
forever.
so honored
Oh,
to have you back.
Nice to be back.
And it only took an act of Parliament and a letter from the Queen to get you over here, didn't it?
And the little woman telling him you better get on back.
Pint of blood, skin samples, everything.
Did they vaccinate you for any nasty U.S. diseases?
I got vaccinated twice, and I don't like needles. You've heard all the stories about me
Yeah.
fainting and all sorts of things and turning white
Yeah.
and needing to lie down for 3/4 of an hour
Lie
to
down.
recover. Lie down. I need to lie down. I'm lying down. Recover. And I got a jog in my bum.
See, now you got to slow down so I can understand you.
I needed to lie down, and I got a jag in my bum.
What's a jag in
And
your
an
bum?
injection
In
Okay.
my...
In your hiney?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Okay.
posterior.
Well, it's great to have you back, Spike.
Thank you very kindly.
You gonna hang out with us for a while this morning?
Absolutely.
All right, wonderful. If we can get you anything, you just let us know.
Haggis.
Yeah.
Oh, tell you. I brought haggis last time.
Yeah.
Nicky's uncles got revenge.
What do you
They
do?
brought me a can of pork brains. Almost said pork beans there.
Pork brains?
Pork brains?
Brains.
Yes.
Did you eat them?
No.
Are you gonna try it?
We ate sheep guts, and you would not even try pork brains?
Oh,
What is
please.
up with that?
That's disgusting.
And haggis is not? Holy moly, and I even swallowed that nonsense. And I'm very particular about what goes in my mouth.
I've heard that rumor.
7:13 on the Morning Brew. Let us check sports now
We're
with
gonna be in
Kyle
trouble.
Wiggs. Good morning again, Kyle. How you doing this morning?
All right.
Thank you very much, Kyle. 7:16 on the Morning Brew. 43 degrees in Charleston. And with more on the forecast, here's AccuWeather meteorologist Dr. Joe Sobel. Good morning, Doc.
And top of the morning to you, too.
Same to you, my friend. Happy Friday.
Oh, that sounds good. Do that again.
Happy Friday.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
And the weekend looks like it's kind of a split decision. Tomorrow looks excellent.
Okay. 7:18 on the Morning Brew. Spike, what's the weather like in Scotland these days? When you left, what is it like?
Rainy as always.
Rainy?
There's no change.
Just rain?
How's the weather in Scotland? Rain. It just depends on what temperature the rain is. That's how you tell what season it is.
Now you use Celsius.
That's
So
right, yeah.
but when you were here last, did you sort of get acclimated to the Fahrenheit deal? I mean, so when we say it's going to be 80 this Saturday, are you like, wow, that's warm? Or are you still trying to figure out in your head how warm that's going to be?
Well, because they used to do the weather in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So they'd go, that's 20 Celsius. Yeah, Fahrenheit. So, and they stopped doing that a couple of years ago. So I'm having to sort of try and convert. But I'm getting to the point where I don't care now. I'm like, 80, hot.
Hey,
20, cold.
what do you think about the trees and stuff here? Aren't they beautiful? Changing colors and stuff.
Absolutely. I've never seen so many shades.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it's
Except
just
in my
starting.
next door neighbour's house.
But that probably doesn't change in the fall. It just
Well,
stays the same.
that's after they called the police, me and my binoculars. And
Well, there you go.
I had my fun.
7:19 on the Morning Brew. WCHS Talk Radio 58. Time to bring the captain into this mess here. Captain Carl, with your
What kind
Huntington...
of mess? What are you getting me into?
Oh, anything that I'm involved in, Captain.
Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
I think I'll pass. I'll just do traffic.
Okay. Here he is with your Huntington Bank Skyhawk traffic. Charleston's only airborne traffic report, although grounded today because of the fog in the valley. What's going on, Captain? 7:24 on the Morning Brew. Spike, I know you've been listening to the show a little bit this week. Have you been following the story that Lynette's reporting on it out of Welch with the guy who was allegedly assaulted by 3 state police troopers and busted into his
I don't think so.
place in the...
What's the background?
Well,
You
he...
want me to give you the
and I shall-
skinny?
yeah, give us the skinny
And
again.
I
Here's
shall
the
pass
skinny.
judgment.
Yeah.
These 3 state troopers were at a retirement party last Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
One of them got a little gung-ho and started shooting off his revolver.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy who lived in the building where the party was taking place called 911 because he was disturbed by the gunshots. Well, the troopers, having been out, having a little shindig, went to the guy's apartment, kicked his door in, and allegedly beat the crap out of him. He was I said allegedly. He was
He's now
hospitalized.
suing for loss of crap.
He was hospitalized with like a punctured lung, broken ribs, a black eye, and stitches in his head, broken fingers, and everything. And the cops turned around and charged him with assault on a police officer, breaking and entering. He was in his own home when this happened, and, a couple other things. So the troopers are under investigation. They're probably looking at losing their job, and this guy's in the hospital recovering from injuries. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
And today, Lynette's reporting that the charges have been dropped.
Against the
Oh, really?
guy.
Yeah, against the guy. They
Not
dropped
the troopers.
breaking and entering charges.
So what's the punchline? This sounds like a great joke.
No, it really
No,
happened.
it's
That's,
not.
And the Irishman said...
that's what's just really frightening is the fact that it actually happened
I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
under investigation.
That is... again, it comes up to the old argument, who polices the police?
Absolutely.
And I'm willing to take on that job,
Yeah.
so long as I don't get beaten up.
Okay. There you go.
Well, I'd
Allegedly-
say don't
allegedly
police
beaten up.
those 3.
Yeah. Allegedly beat up.
They did allegedly beat the heck out of him.
Exactly.
Well, you know what to do. If you ever get arrested, you get pulled into, and they're taping the interview, interview started 6 p.m., yada, 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 or they're even writing down your statement. What to do is, ow, ow, the 6 of you are beating me up. Ouch. Oh, no, stop. Ouch.
That's on your statement now.
Now, on
Absolutely.
a serious note, though, he did call 911 when they kicked his door in, and the 911 tapes do show where he was screaming for help,
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
and that you can hear the beating and getting kicked and him screaming for help and everything like that. So,
We have a lot of that in the United States now that as you start following the
so
news,
be
you'll start to
careful,
see.
Spike. You're
A
now
lot of-
like a full-fledged, one of us.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-oh.
a lot of conflicts, I guess a lot of accusations against police, and police have come under fire recently all across the country for being over-aggressive or things like that. Anything like that going on in Scotland? I mean, police force problems?
Well, I mean, I guess having guns, or rather not having guns, helps. Because there's not so many threats. The police can't just sort of wave their gun at you. They have to wave their truncheon at you, which sounds vaguely rude. Wave their nightstick at you.
Yeah, there you
I beg
go.
your pardon.
All right.
And, I don't know. It's a scary thing because the police could feasibly beat you up and say that you beat yourself up. And who are they going to believe? Some little guy with a black eye who, you could have got that in the street, or are they going to believe 3 police officers,
Yeah.
who stick their right hands up and swear blind that they didn't? It's a situation you can't get out of,
Yeah.
Well,
welcome to America.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I don't know. I'm too scared to say anything against the police in case they come and break this door down.
No, we're friends of the police. They know
We're
that.
very pro-police, and we're
Yes.
not saying that now all state
no.
troopers are bad or anything like that.
No, it's all.
One bad apple is not spoiling that bunch.
No.
There you
It's
go.
just that, what do you do? What can you do about that, Paul? Because shouldn't there be some kind of sign somewhere and some kind of like background something or another where maybe there's a violent tendency or something? Or did people just like wig out one day?
I don't know what kind of psychological testing they give to
Or do they give them
candidates.
psychological testing?
Or you're right, or do they?
Then
But
again, that said, you don't want to, have a policeman that's going to go and do a drugs bust and be so nice that he's going to go, oh, all right, don't do it again, you scallywag.
Scallywag. No, but they can't go and kicking their heads in and puncturing their lungs, even if they are a drug dealer.
That's true. You have to find a happy medium.
Yeah.
All right, 7:29 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Coming up next, we have Metro News for you. We'll have the national headlines from CBS and Rush Limbaugh's morning commentary. Later on this hour, Lewis Ferguson from Sunrise Museum will be here. You remember Lewis, don't you, Spike?
Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, he'll be here.
Donut Man.
What? Yeah, Donut Man. He won't have donuts today, though.
Donut Man brought me T-shirt. I remember.
He always remembers the people who brought him food. So Metro News is next, and later on this morning, stay tuned. We'll have our second edition of the Metro News Gold and Blue Report. That comes up again at 8:35 in case you missed our first one this morning. So stay right here on the Morning Brew. Happy Friday to you, and thanks for joining us. Lots of stuff still to come, so don't go away. Metro News is next.
On Charleston's #1 news station, WCHS.
Thank you, Lynette. Did you watch any of that game last night?
Yes, I did. Let me tell you what, that little Chad Pennington, he's going to make one heck of a draft pick.
Darn tootin'.
For somebody in the NFL.
Yeah.
Quite a little quarterback he is.
Yeah, that was just such a home run for Marshall and for West Virginia. I mean,
absolutely it was.
To make a good showing on national TV like that, great chance for some national exposure.
Whooped their heinies.
Great night for football.
Go Herd.
Marshall was looking beautiful. They showed a nice shot of Old Main during one of the first or second commercial breaks. It just looked beautiful. So
it's very nice.
Home run.
It's really good.
For our state. It's a 7:44. I tried to watch it. I watched about the first quarter of it, and then I was sort of nodding off. It's like,
well, unfortunately, I was up till about 10:30, still watching.
Well,
but you know that after a while, it was just like touchdown.
Yeah.
It was like first down, touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
First down, touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we going to do this every time they get the ball? Like, where's the, because I love, for my team to win, but I like a good game too. But they just romped them.
Yeah, which is good.
Go Herd.
7:45. It is 15 before 8 on the Morning Brew, and with more on that and the American League playoffs and Mountaineer preview, all sorts of goodies. Here's Kyle Wiggs with another sports update. Good morning again, Kyle. Thanks a bunch, Kyle. 7:48 on the Morning Brew, and Lewis Ferguson has reported in this morning. Hi, Lewis.
Good morning.
How you doing, T?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Happy Friday.
Yes, it couldn't come soon enough this week.
And you
It's
remember
been a busy
Spike?
week.
You remember
I do.
Spike from Scotland?
Yes, it's good to see him again.
He called you the donut guy, donut man. But I told him, I
Let
warned him.
Okay.
Told him that you weren't bringing donuts today because it's your off week.
Off week, but
Lynette made him coffee.
hey,
He had coffee.
you got Lynette's coffee. You got it made.
All right. Well, Lewis, we'll chat with you in just a few minutes. You actually saw some movies this week, right?
3 movies, yes.
3 movies. All right. We'll get Lewis's capsule movie reviews in just a few moments. Also find out what's happening at Sunrise and give you a chance to win a Sunrise family pass and a Sunrise T-shirt. Which, Spike, do you still have your Sunrise T-shirt?
Yeah. People kept asking me what it was.
Really?
Sunrise? What? I had to explain everything.
Well, see, a great conversation piece for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I have T-shirts there. I have an accent here. I'm never short of conversation.
It's 7:49 on the Morning Brew. Back with traffic and weather together, and we'll hear from Lewis as well on the Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
43 in Charleston at 7:53 on the Morning Brew. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and you. Spike is here from Scotland. Glad to have you here, Spike.
Greetings.
Lewis Ferguson here from Sunrise Museum. Good morning again, Lewis.
Good morning.
Tell us about the movies you saw, man. You were just a movie hound this week.
Saw 3 to make up for lost time. That vacation.
You've been
kinda wiped me
slacking on the
out,
movies,
I
yeah.
know. Saw 3 Kings. Excellent.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, surprised me. It's a very good film.
Okay.
Even with Marky Mark, he does a great job.
Really?
Yeah, and George Clooney, past ER, he's doing well.
Okay.
Double Jeopardy.
Is that a comedy? Is that a drama? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything.
Okay. Because I've heard some people say, oh, that's funny. And then I thought, well, it doesn't look, it's set in a war. It doesn't
The
look like it's gonna be
underlying
funny.
story is very serious, but there are some really funny moments.
A chuckle here and there.
Yeah, a
Okay.
few.
Very good.
Double Jeopardy with Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
It's good trash. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's a fun, good time. Guilty pleasure. See a matinee.
I hear the whole thing's based on just a totally faulty legal precedent. I mean, just.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently there was an attorney beside us because he talked through the whole movie. But
oh, nice.
Anyway.
You should ask for his card as you left so we could just berate him on the air.
We should.
Can I have your card, please? I just got an accident out in the parking lot on the way in.
I realize you know all this, but shh. Please.
You know what to do? Friends of mine used to work in a cinema.
Yeah.
And they managed to steal me an identity badge. So anytime I would go in and someone was talking, I'd flash this badge at them and go, you be quiet?
You go to enough movies, you can probably get an ID badge for some of
I
these
might be
places.
able to. They probably think I work there anyway.
I
The staff looks at me funny now. They think I'm a manager or something.
I ejected 3 kids from South Park because they were talking.
Did you?
Oh, you're going to the movie with me next time.
There you go.
I always sit near talkers.
They
I do
seem
too.
to be under the impression that their impressions of the characters were funnier than the film itself. And that the whole audience would get, some great pleasure and go, hey, let's ignore the movie and look at these 3 little 6-year-olds.
Yeah. We need to take him to movies.
I think so.
Because I'm like you, I get the worst luck. Every time I get in the theater, there's somebody
time.
talking.
And I'll move, and then worse will sit beside me.
They
Anyway.
gravitate towards me. Anyway, what about the third one?
And American Beauty.
Heard lots of good things about that.
Definitely one of the best films of the year.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Really? Wow.
Great performances. Annette Bening, Kevin Spacey. They all do such a fantastic job.
Well, you can't lose with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, and some unknowns in it, really. I'm not sure. I've seen him somewhere before. The kid that plays the neighbor next door. Can't even remember his name, but he does a fantastic job.
Okay.
You'll probably hear his name later on, but
Great.
it's a great movie.
Any of these family films? You've been kind of away from the family films lately. Any of these suitable
Apparently, they are. They took the kids to them.
Oh, okay.
Double Jeopardy. Apparently, the kids really like that one.
Oh, great.
One of them had seen it before and told his friend the whole story. They were sitting to the left of us. It's like, thank you. She's going to pull out a gun now. Thank you. Okay.
Appreciate
This
that.
is the part where I was like, okay, we're out of here. We moved.
Okay.
Anyway.
It was a
Poor
psychic. They'd never seen it before.
Poor Lewis. All right. Well, sorry about that. We have the same luck in movie theaters, though. Well, what's going on at Sunrise Museum? Tell
Well,
us
we
all
are
about it.
rocking this weekend. We're celebrating Earth Science Week, and we're joined by geologists from Columbia Natural Resources, Dick Beersley, going to talk about rocks and minerals tomorrow.
Great.
And his show times are 1, 2, and 3. He's got a lot of great, cool specimens. You can touch things from millions and millions of years ago.
Really?
So there's something to see up there tomorrow.
Cool.
Also, you can join Kurt in the planetarium at 1, 2, 3, and 4 tomorrow for all new shows.
Our good friend Kurt Spivey.
Yeah, so it's the Earth and Beyond tomorrow at sunrise.
Wow. Okay.
And, of course, the AP exhibit. We've gotten lots of great reviews on that.
That's almost
great.
over, too, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got 1 month to see it now, so
Okay.
time's ticking away.
All right. Very good. Well, when we come back, we'll give you a chance to win a family pass to see one of those exhibits if you'd like. At 345-5858, that'll be our contest number when we come back with our Sunrise Science Trivia question on the Morning Brew.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58. It's the Morning Brew on the voice of Charleston, WCHS Talk Radio 58.
And Lewis, are you ready with the Sunrise Science Trivia question?
I am.
All right. Lay it on us.
If Elvis were getting his diamond ring appraised, what would the appraiser look for? There are 4 characteristics, and they all start
You
with
just held
C.
up 3 fingers.
I did that on purpose. Okay, actually, I didn't. All right.
Okay.
The other one was stuck, okay? Anyway, there are 4. I'm going to give you one, and you have to name 2 of the others.
Okay.
One is color, and they
Okay.
all start with C.
Okay. I think I know this.
Okay.
I think I remember this from my diamond ring purchasing experience not too many years ago.
Don't make fun of the finger thing.
All right. I just thought that was funny. You hold up 3 fingers. There are 4 things. All right. Well, we'll be back in 6 minutes.
Thank you.
As I hold up 5 fingers. And 8 o'clock, WCHS Charleston Talk Radio 58. Phone lines are ringing right now. If you want to keep on ringing through the news, we'll get to you as soon as we can with your answers to the Sunrise Science Trivia question on the Morning Brew on WCHS Charleston.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. It's gonna put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. And put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday. Hee hee hee.
Love to hear that Friday song. That means, coincidentally enough, that it's Friday. And it's just about time for the weekend on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Happy Friday to you. Spike here from Scotland, hanging out with the crew. Also, Lewis Ferguson from Sunrise. Glad to have you along, Lewis.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Have any big weekend plans? You go see any movies this weekend?
Yeah. Got to see Superstar.
Oh, okay. That's right. You talked about that. Superstar.
You know, You know it's going to be bad, but it's funny, I'm sure.
We have sports next with Kyle Wiggs, but first we have someone on the celebrity hotline. I believe this is the King.
Oh, baby, that kid, I tell you, he beats me every Friday. I don't know. I think he needs to start going to school. When Tanya Harding comes to town, I'm going to send her over to break his dialing fingers.
Oh, my goodness. Morning Brew on WCHS. You've got Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose with you this morning, and making his Friday return, our good friend Spike Nesmith from Scotland. Good morning, Spike.
It's cold and dark.
Cold and dark. Like that's anything new for you. You know, I mean,
Well,
really.
it's almost like real work again.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm standing outside in the coat. All it needs now is to rain, and it'll be like Scotland all over again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Have a little rain today.
It's October, and I'm shivering in the dark.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Welcome to America. Pretty soon we're just going to have to stop. You know, we can't introduce you as Spike from Scotland anymore because even though you're from Scotland, it's like Spike from St. Albans now.
That's true. That's kind of spooky, isn't it?
That is weird.
Yeah.
From Scotland.
Spike originally from Scotland, but now in St. Albans.
Yes.
Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but it's more true.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
good to see you this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me again.
Been
You'll
having
never
fun?
learn, will you? You just keep inviting me back. You fools.
Well, you know, we'll keep inviting you back until you ask us to pay you. Then that's a whole other thing.
Pay me.
altogether. Yeah, well, sorry. There's
Hey,
the door.
you know, one of Nicky's friends thought you actually were paying me because she saw a big billboard saying, "Come and party with Spike." And she thought that they'd moved Working Women's Wednesday somewhere
Yeah.
and that I was hosting it. And I'm like, don't think they know me that well. Put up billboards.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I have to go and get a picture of them.
We could have a piping Women's Wednesday. And they have like, you know.
Yeah, that'd be good. Working Women's Haggis Day.
Yeah. Bring out the tartan.
That's it, yeah. Bring your own sheep.
That's it.
That's work.
I think that happens at some of those things anyway. 7:12, 12 after 7 on the Morning Brew. Let's take a look at sports this morning. And here is Kyle Wiggs. Good morning, Kyle. 7:16 on the Morning Brew. And let us now take a look at nothing. We're not going to take a look at traffic and weather together. I thought the captain was ready, and he's not.
Let's have a look at walls and floor together.
Sure, why not?
Coffee and jumpers together.
I will mention this. I'm very disappointed because normally we go through this every year.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting close to Halloween, and we always sort of joke at the fact that trick-or-treat night is never on Halloween night. That they always move it around.
Yeah.
And that always kind of bothers me as a Halloween purist. And I always sort of joke like, well, you know, when do we get to open our presents this year for Christmas? Are they going to do it on the 25th, or maybe they move it up a couple of days to the 23rd, depending on when the city wants to have it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking through the list of trick-or-treat hours, and normally there is one town or one county or just somewhere that just hangs tough and has trick-or-treat on Halloween night.
Mm-hmm.
And we always give them a Morning Brew salute, and we say, congratulations, way to go. You live in the only sensible county or sensible town in the state. But I'm looking through the list here, and not a single one is going to have trick-or-treat on Halloween night.
Good grief. We should go and picket them all with signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have it on the proper night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or put big signs in your front yard. Trick-or-treaters not welcome until Halloween.
That's it.
Come back on Sunday.
Put a sign in the door. Do not open until 31st.
That's it. But not one. They're all on either the 28th or the 30th. And Kanawha County is the 28th. Kanawha County 6 to 8. Putnam County is on the 28th as well, 6 to 7:30. An hour and a half to trick-or-treat.
I didn't know you had these things scheduled.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good grief.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
you're lucky if you get 3 or 4 at the door.
Yes.
You know, in Scotland.
It's 7:18 on the Morning Brew. Let us take a look at your AccuWeather forecast with Lisa Maldovan. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
How are you?
Tired. How are you?
Tired? Didn't sound like it.
Yeah, I'm tired, actually.
I'm sorry. Well, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Enjoying this chilly weather. Feels good out there this morning.
Yeah, actually. It does feel pretty nice. Some cool weather, and we are going to continue to see this nice cool weather throughout the weekend, actually getting downright chilly. 46 for the high tomorrow, about 50 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Night times are definitely going to be way down into the 30s, and yes, it looks like this weekend a little bit of snow in the mountains.
Ah, time to head for the mountains.
Yeah, there you go. Some early skiing, right?
Yes, absolutely. All right, well, sounds good. We thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you feel a little bit better.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. AccuWeather meteorologist Lisa Maldovan with us on the Morning Brew.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
7:40 on the Morning Brew. Good Friday morning. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and Spike formerly from Scotland, now from St. Albans, with us this morning, hanging out on a Friday. Lots of good stuff still to come, including Lewis Ferguson. He should be here in any minute. And Spike, it's Donut Day today.
Yay!
You get to enjoy some good old American donuts.
And fresh coffee that I brought him.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
gone already.
I'll get you some more, honey.
That's how early it is. The coffee's gone. In about 2 gulps.
I'll get you some coffee.
Oh, thanks.
And I'll get
Chug
you a
it.
mug to drink it out of instead of one of those styrofoam.
Wow.
How about that?
Cups.
That's service.
Is that
All right.
service or what? You couldn't
Absolutely.
get that in Scotland.
News and coffee.
Yes.
News never made coffee at my last station.
Really?
Well, let me
never.
tell you what.
Never.
This is not just any typical news department.
This
you have
is not
going
your
on.
Scottish news now.
That's right.
This
You've
is
got
good
the
old
queen of morning news going on right here.
American news happening. And speaking of which, let's get some more of it at 7:41 on the Morning Brew. Here's Lynette Maselli with a WCHS News Update. Wanted to say good morning to the parents, teachers, kids, principals, everyone at Bible Center Christian School in Charleston. They're on Corridor G. I was invited to speak to their classes yesterday, spoke to a few of the classes. They were having a fall festival, and communication was the theme, and I was honored to be invited to that, and I had a great time with a great bunch of kids. As a matter of fact, one of the proud papas is on the line now. John is on the line. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Paul.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing there, sir?
Doing great. Thank you very much.
We're huge fans of your show, and the kids really loved having you stop by the classroom.
Well, I hope I didn't bore them to tears or anything.
Oh, no, they were thrilled to death. They were happy to hear about Chewy, and they just wanted to call in and say thank you. Hold on, I'll put on Brandon and Tawana.
Okay, great.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know I spoke to Tawana yesterday. She had several good questions for me. Tawana.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you for coming to our class yesterday.
Well, thank you. It was my pleasure. I had a good time.
I did too.
I didn't bore you, did I?
No?
No? Okay, good. You guys had great questions.
Thanks.
You guys had tough questions. You're a smart bunch of kids.
Thank you.
I couldn't get anything over on you.
Here's my sister.
Okay, thanks, Brandon.
Bye. Hi, Mr. Willard.
Well, no, it's Paul, Tawana.
Okay.
You can call me Paul. You had great questions yesterday.
Thanks.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me out there. I had a great time at Bible Center Christian School. You guys are a great bunch.
Thank you for coming.
Well, and be sure to tell them to invite me back sometime.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Appreciate that. Isn't that sweet? It was my honor, and they call and thank me for showing up. I had a great time yesterday. John, you got great kids there, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Had a great time at Bible Center Christian School yesterday.
You get all the good gigs.
Oh, it was fun. I believe
I'm
we
highly
have
jealous.
it was. You should be. That was a good time yesterday. Would this be
that's
Captain
what-
Carl?
No, this would be Lynette.
No, this is Captain Carl.
Oh.
Carl.
Captain Carl's using his spooky Halloween voice this morning. Lynette, we'll get to the news in just a second.
Okie doke.
But here is Captain Carl with a look at your traffic. Good morning, Captain.
Hey, good morning, Paul.
Those kids at Bible Center School were sharp. They had some tough questions.
Like,
Well,
did they throw you a loop?
Well, we talked a little bit about mistakes and how you can make mistakes in communication and how we try to avoid mistakes. But you know,
But how we do it often and then just go blah, 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 blah.
exactly. And and where those kids were like, have you ever gotten in trouble for a mistake? You know, they were raising, hey, have you ever gotten in trouble? You know, things
You
like
just
that.
said no, but my partner in crime does every single day. Not for mistakes. She just gets in trouble for her mouth.
No, I told him, I said, we usually don't get in trouble because as soon as we make a mistake, someone calls immediately
To correct us.
To correct us, and we're never ashamed to admit when we're
Right.
wrong.
Oh,
so
no, never.
That's an important part of communication, too. But we had a sharp bunch of
You
kids.
know,
That was fun.
my friends are always amazed. They always go, you know, Lynette, for someone who does that for a living, it always amazes me. You're in communications for, you know. I'm like, oh, I know.
You think you'd be better at it. That's the way I am. 7:22 on the Morning Brew. But thanks again to everyone at Bible Center Christian. That was a great time yesterday. A great bunch of kids. 7:22. Let's take a look at the news now with Lynette Maselli.
It's the Morning Brew on the voice of Charleston.
I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Kind of sums up the show this week, doesn't it? 7:41 on the Morning Brew. Lynette Maselli next with the news. Spike is here in the studio. We've been so busy this morning, we haven't even had a chance to say good morning to you. Good morning, Spike.
Morning, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
I'm very loud, haven't I? I do beg your pardon.
That's all right.
What? He's very what?
I'm very loud.
Loud.
Loud. I'm loud. I'm very loud. Almost pop my own ear.
Much better. You're learning.
So you have to talk that way so I can understand you.
Well, then all the fun goes out of it.
You do it so well, though.
Well, thank you very much. You should try Scottish.
No.
No.
Very loud.
Hello. Oh, away you go.
Thank you for the chocolate bits this morning, by the way.
Yes.
Well, I didn't have any trick-or-treaters.
None at all.
And it's a good daggone thing because those were the only 2 packages of candy he had.
I know. I thought if I had 200, I'm going to have to, like, divide out the Reese's Pieces one at a time. I'll be like the neighbourhood mean Scotsman. There you go, young lad. There's a Reese's Piece for you.
Float away! Start screaming at them. All right, 7:42 on the Morning Brew. We're glad to have you here, Spike. Appreciate that.
Fun to be here. Thank you very much.
43 in Charleston at 7:53 on the Morning Brew. Traffic and weather together. Brought to you by David Darnold Company, your Carrier Indoor weather experts. Good Friday morning to you. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Spike with you, and Lewis Ferguson here from Sunrise Museum. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning.
How's it going?
All right today.
Just
Happy
all right?
Halloween.
Oh, thanks. Same to you.
Yeah.
How many trick-or-treaters at your place last night?
Not too many.
Really?
Yeah, we got one Queen Amidala. You're talking about Star Wars.
Okay.
Dressed way too long.
Really?
She almost fell down the stairs.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it was.
Have to be careful.
But she looked good.
Okay.
She had the hair. She
The
had
makeup
the
and
makeup
everything?
with the little lip thing. And
Yeah.
It was fun.
Very
One
nice.
Darth Maul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. No Jar Jars?
Thank goodness no.
The parents
No
probably
Jar Jars.
prohibited their children from dressing like Jar
Probably.
Jar. It's probably a little bit too annoying. All
Too
right.
annoying.
Well, we'll get into what's happening at Sunrise in just a minute. But first, Lewis, did you see any movies this week?
Yeah, I got to see Bringing Out the Dead with Nick Cage, Martin Scorsese picture.
I'm not dead yet. Oh, that's different.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
something entirely different.
Bring out your day.
Bring out your dead. Yeah, that's right. How was it?
It was all right. I mean, it was pretty good. Not Scorsese's best or Nicolas Cage's best, but the people he actually partnered with in the ambulance were much more entertaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ving Rhames and Tom Sizemore, very funny guys.
Okay.
And they made the movie for me.
Worth it to go see, though, or wait for the video?
I think it's worth it to go see it for a matinee.
Matinee?
Yeah, I went
Okay.
to one of those early bird special things, so.
Okay.
But it was fair.
All right. Good call. We'll be back and find out what's happening at Sunrise this weekend. Give you a chance to win a family pass to Sunrise and a Sunrise T-shirt on the Morning Brew in just a moment.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
8:16 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli. Spike is here. Lewis Ferguson is here. Spike, I meant to ask you earlier. We were talking about trick-or-treat around here earlier, but do you trick-or-treat in Scotland? Do they do that? Is that
It's a little kid thing in Scotland.
a little kid thing?
Yeah, the little kids go around maybe once or twice. Houses with no good enough chocolate first time. They swap costumes.
Oh, really?
They're enterprising little kids.
Yeah.
We had that one, yeah.
Is it the same thing, though? I mean, knock on the door and say trick-or-treat and you get the candy? Or?
We don't do trick-or-treat. We make them work. They come into the house, you make them tell a joke or sing a song or something, and then if it's any good, you know, it's like this, like kids going into Siskel and Ebert's house practically. Thumbs down, no chocolate for you.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that a common? You just they have to entertain you?
Yeah, pretty much. You go around, they tell a joke, and if it's good enough, you give them chocolate.
See, that's a lot of pressure.
That is
Absolutely.
a ton of pressure. And have you ever turned any of the little babies down?
We never get any around our area. There's not enough kids.
Oh. You
I
would,
think
though. You're the
they're-
type that would, Spike. I
You
think.
probably
just
would,
scared.
Spike. I know.
You'd say, try harder. You're not trying hard enough.
Faster.
Dance.
That is a lot of pressure.
River dance. It's that time of the year.
We have a hard time getting some of the kids that come to our house just to say hi.
Or they don't even say trick or treat anymore.
Yeah. Well, the ones that ours did last night, the whole 15.
I think like
came
one
through.
of our 5 did.
Yeah. 8:17 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Need to check to make sure. Is this the captain? Oh, okay. Well, you hang on then. Okay. See, sometimes you just roll the dice and you lose. That wasn't the captain. 8:18 on the Morning Brew. We'll check traffic and weather together for you. No reports of any accidents this morning. Roads in pretty good shape. Visibility is beautiful. Nice sunrise out there this morning. If you spot trouble, give us a call on your AT&T wireless phone this morning at pound WCHS, pound 9247. That is a free call.
You're listening to the Morning Brew.
There's nothing to fear. Look. No blood, no decay. Just a few stitches. And look. Here's the final touch. The brain you stole, Fritz. Think of it.
brain of a dead man, waiting to live again in a body I made with my own hands. With my own hands.
On WCHS Talk Radio 58.
8:54 on The Morning Brew. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Spike is here. Formerly from Scotland, now officially from St. Albans.
And that's official.
Yes, it is.
Well, almost official.
Which you like better now?
Now, what am I going to get into the least trouble about?
Well, you could say that Scotland will always there will always be a place in your heart for Scotland, but you embrace the warmth, the hospitality, and the character of St. Albans as if it were your home.
Okay, what you said.
Okay.
No, I like them both equally for different reasons.
Yeah.
I like Scotland because it's got my family in it.
Yeah.
And I like St. Albans because it's got my family in it.
Okay. Okay, well put.
I like a different family.
I like what I said better, if you don't mind. I'll write that down for you.
Okay,
You
good.
can
I'll
use
rehearse that.
in case someone asks you in the future. 8:55 on The Morning Brew, and we have Sandy on our phone now. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing wonderfully. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thanks.
I would like to commend the Kanawha County Sheriff's Department for doing such a great job last night. They had 5 of their detachments opened up for trick-or-treaters last night, hosted a Halloween party with pizza and cake. Also, of course, Mothers Against Violence in America was there partnering up with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they pulled this together. They didn't ask much help from Mothers Against Violence, but they got everything together, asked us to be there to help us out, get our name out there, introduce us to the community. And not only that, they were out in full force, and as far as I know, they were on every problem. And kept everything under control last night and safe for the kids in our community.
Now, what kind of candy would the sheriff be handing out? I mean, does he hand out the good stuff like the really good chocolates, or is he a sweetheart
Do
kind
you
of guy?
know, I'd also like to thank all of the merchants here in Kanawha County because they all contributed.
So what kind of goodies do we have?
Well, we had Snickers and Reese's and suckers and just anything that you could imagine.
Good call.
We had everything. And then Sam's Warehouse did complimentary cakes for each detachment.
Jeez.
And I know that Papa John's in Cross Lanes, I'm not sure about the other detachments, sent out some pizzas. McDonald's and 7-Eleven, they all contributed to the safety and the well-being of our children. And if the community can continue to work together, this will be a much better place to live, and the kids will continue to be safe.
And they're going to keep gaining weight, too, it sounds like. Golly.
We got to get the kids in somehow, somehow, those treats do it. They do the job.
Well, fortunately, Halloween's the one night a week where they actually get out and walk around, so maybe they'll walk off some of that.
Right. But everybody had a real good time, and I haven't heard any different, but everybody remained safe.
Good.
I got home safe. But I just really want to thank the Sheriff's Department for doing this. This was their first year.
Well, good. Well, thank you for calling in, Sandy.
Okay, and I'd like to add one more thing.
Okay.
November 2nd, which is Tuesday.
Yep.
Mothers Against Violence in America is having a meeting at Perot Presbyterian Church on Big Tyler Road in Cross Lanes at 7 p.m., and we're having a membership drive.
Okay.
So come out. Let's continue to keep these kids safe all year long, okay?
Will there be any leftover Halloween candy there?
I'll eat it all, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Sandy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. 8:57 on The Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
It's 9:11 on The Morning Brew, and as always, when Debbie is here, we just open up the phones at 345-5858 or pound WCHS if you'd like to call in and speak with Debbie this morning. First of all, let's do our traditional aura check of The Morning Brew. You want to look around and see how we're doing here?
Let's check out Spike first.
Let's see Spike's aura.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Spike's been sitting back eating chocolate all morning.
Well, I can kind of see that because he's got a really high aura. It's sticking up really high. You're on that chocolate buzz.
It's sticking out really far as well, attached to my stomach.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like pretty big from that chocolate buzz you got going on. But I do see a band of pink around your chest area, a lot of green around the throat. You're a good speaker. You should concentrate on that. Concentrate on speaking engagements. Or also, I see some gold at the top. That's a good color. That's a good spiritual color. Now, Paul, oh my goodness, orange. He's been frantic this morning. Oh, wow. Lots of orange, lots of green. You've had to be on the spot. A little bit of red in there, a little bit of anger over...
What? Me? No.
No.
Not at all. There's no red in there. Take that back.
And that's about it. So everybody's very colorful today.
Oh, my goodness. And usually, and it's so different from the way I usually am when you come in, isn't it?
Yes.
Usually there's just a lot of kind of calm
colors.
contemplative colors. And
blues and greens usually, but you're orange and red.
Well, maybe by the end of the show, I'll be back to the
You'll be back to the normal.
You can give me a before and after picture for the art.
Before the board, after the board.
That's it. 9:13 on the Morning Brew. Let's go ahead and get to the phones. We have one line open if you dial rapidly if you'd like to with sports. Good morning, Spike. How are you doing this morning?
I'm tired.
You're tired?
How are you?
I'm okay. Not too bad. Not as tired as you, I don't think. I thought I was tired until you came in and started yawning like crazy. You know, we have a guy from Ireland coming in today, not in person, but on the phone.
Ah.
So you get to talk to
cool.
someone from Ireland, because you worked in Ireland.
That's right, yeah. I used to work in Belfast.
You're wearing
I have the T-shirt to prove it.
You're wearing your Belfast radio T-shirt now.
Uh-huh.
96.7? City Beat?
City Beat.
What kind of station was that?
It's basically the same as every other station in the UK. It's kind of classic hits with a couple of chart things thrown in for good measure. Good in inverted commas.
So it's sort of like the tape you gave me from your
basically, yeah,
QFM days. A little bit of Mariah Carey, a little bit of Elvis, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Unfortunately, too much Mariah Carey for my liking. Meaning they played
Any
one.
Mariah Carey is too much Mariah Carey for my liking.
Absolutely.
Oh, and don't forget Hanson. You get to play them too.
Oh, Hanson, my favorite. Children should be in school.
7:45, 15 till 8 on the Morning Brew. Let's take a look at sports now with Kyle Wiggs. Good morning, Kyle. It's 25 degrees in Charleston at 7:52, 8 till 8 on the Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose. Spike is here, and so is Lewis Ferguson from Sunrise Museum. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning.
How you doing?
All right.
You're probably getting used to Spike being here, aren't you?
I know. It's just like the Spike show now. No, I'm kidding.
Smell will never leave.
As long as there's no haggis this week, we're
Lewis walks in this morning. He's like, "Hey, Paul. Hey, Spike. How you doing?"
Yeah, I was listening on the way, and I was like, "Oh, he's there."
Yep. This is third week
Friday,
in a row, right? Third week in a row?
Yep, will be.
But you're getting ready to go back soon.
Don't remind me.
Okay. Well, Lewis, first of all, before we get into what's happening at Sunrise Museum and get into our Sunrise Science Trivia question, we need to talk about the movies that you've seen this past week, and you've seen a bunch of them.
I have. I saw 3 different movies. Cruel Intentions, which was the teenage version of Dangerous Liaisons.
Right.
Why bother? Why bother doing it? Why bother seeing it? It just was, it's not believable. I'm like, kids don't talk like that. I know I didn't talk like that. I sure didn't act like that.
Now, do you think that...
Times have changed, Lewis.
Times have changed, but, only one of them acted like a real teenager, and she was pretty cool, but...
So do you think maybe the age difference has something to do with it? Do you think maybe teens would enjoy it more?
They probably would.
Okay.
I know one of my supervisor's kids saw it. That was the best movie ever. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
What else did you see? So 200 thumbs down for that one.
Yeah, it was the thumb sideways.
Okay.
The story's good, but, 200 cigarettes, which was a lot of fun.
Well, that's one about the New Year's Eve party, right?
Yeah, it was like 16 candles updated.
Oh, really?
It's kind of one of those goofy flicks, but it was a good teen flick.
Okay.
A lot of good people in it.
Have you seen 16 Candles, Spike?
I haven't, no.
You haven't? You know what we're talking about, though? You know, the one with, was Molly Ringwald in
Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall.
One of those Brat Pack movies.
I remember, yeah.
Like the Breakfast Club and stuff like that? Okay.
But it was a lot of fun, so it was going. And October Sky, which was the best by far.
Oh, really?
One of the best ones this year, yeah. It was really good. One of those people stood up and cheered at the end, the West Virginia story,
Did they really stand up and cheer?
Yeah. We had people clapping and cheering at the end. It was really...
Oh, wow.
They kind of milked your emotions a little bit, but it was a really good film.
So you may call that the feel-good hit of the 90s.
Oh, yeah. At least this year. I mean, it was just these boys from Colwood, West Virginia, so it's based here,
Yeah.
Made good. They won the National Science Fair. I can't tell you the rest of it. There were some good, happy things at the end, and
please don't.
They overcame a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All these local things. I mean, you're sitting in the cinema going, look, there's my bus.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like they're talking about these places. Oh, I've been there. You know, so it was really neat to see.
Very neat. So people in West Virginia especially should go check it out.
Absolutely. Great film.
Very good. Well, now that we talked about that, let's talk a little bit about what's happening at Sunrise Museum this week and this weekend.
Well, we've got an engineering program. It's our final Science Saturdays. Leslie Rosier from WVU Institute of Technology is going to be there talking about civil engineering.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know what civil engineering is, it's the people who
they're
lay
real
out.
polite about it. They just build a bridge.
Yeah, they're very
Excuse
civil.
me, do you mind if we build a bridge here? You sure? Are you sure? It's no trouble. Okay,
But
we'll do
actually, you're right there, Parway. They build the bridges and cities that we live in. They lay out the town, so very important, and they affect our lives every day. And she's going to be doing shows at 1, 2, and 3. And you can also get slimed this weekend. From 12 to 4 tomorrow, we're going to be making slime for everybody up there.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we're going to provide all the ingredients. You can come up and do a little chemical engineering of your own tomorrow between 12 and 4, so you can get slimed at sunrise.
Slime in massive quantities.
Yep, a lot of good stuff. And also new planetarium shows at 1, 2, 3, and 4 tomorrow.
Okay, very good. And when we come back, we'll give you a chance to win a Sunrise Family Pass, so you can take the whole gang up there for free, and a Sunrise T-shirt as well on the Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
It's 8:11, 11 minutes after 8 on the Morning Brew, and the Friday gang is here. Spike, we've determined that you are not going to be allowed to leave the state or the country because you just become part of the Friday show, and we can.
Sounds fine to me.
We couldn't do it without you, I don't think.
That's cool. We can work out money.
I didn't say anything about money. I just said we couldn't do it without you.
You can pay me in sweeties.
That's fine.
In
Pay
what?
me in Girl Scout cookies.
Okay, we can do
That's
that.
what you can do.
I think. Although it's past time to order them, though, so I don't think I could get enough.
No, every now and then you can find them around town selling them.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
There's always
With
one,
their
isn't
little
there?
stand set up. Oh, yeah.
You can go to like backstreet Girl Scouts to get them. Like illegal
It's like
Girl
the
Scout
black
cookies.
market cookies here.
You have to walk up to like a little girl in a trench coat and you go, "The owls are flying tonight," and she'll go, "Cookies," and open up her coat and she's got all the cookies sewn inside.
So like a Mission Impossible
love
thing
that.
there. All right. 8:12, 12 after 8 on the Morning Brew. In just a second, we'll get to the Sunrise Science trivia question to answer. But first, we need to get to Kyle Wiggs, who is standing by with our sports this morning. We don't want to make him late. Good morning, Kyle. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning to the Morning Brew. This is Brother Jim. Hi, Brother Paul, Brother Lewis, Sister Lynette, and Brother Spike. How are you guys?
We're great, Brother Jim.
Very good, very good. I just wanted to call and be a part of the Morning Brew on a TGIF.
Oh, well, thanks for calling.
Great. I'm all the way over here in Huntington getting ready to go into a little meeting.
Oh, is that right?
I do have a guest, though, for Lewis.
Okay.
The Gray Prince.
No, but that's really
man.
Took me a second to get that, but no, that's not it.
He grew up to be the king. He had to be a prince when he was a youngin'.
That's not it.
That's really
That's good.
Thank you, Jim. Nice job, though.
Hey, Spike.
Yeah?
I got you some Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, cool.
I was sitting at the house last night by myself, and some lady came to bring some cookies that my wife had ordered. I thought I had a couple bucks in my pocket. I said, "How much?" She said, $21. I said, "I don't have that much." So I got like a case of cookies. I'll bring them in next week.
Are they,
I couldn't believe it.
are they legal?
Yeah, no black market, no nothing. She ordered them. I was like, she ordered a couple boxes. I'll pay. I didn't have enough money. How much is that? $21, sir. I'm like, forget it. I'll bring them in next week.
Thanks
I'll
for
talk to you guys.
supporting your local Girl Scouts there, Jim.
Yes, Jim. Thank
supporting
you.
them.
Great PR for them.
I hear you.
Thanks, Jim.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, great answer and a great commentary there. Okay, so let me ask you this, because we still have Tim on the line who's challenging your squirrel thing. Now, where did you get your information?
From the Handy Science Answer Book.
Okay, the Handy Science Answer Book. Okay, well, let's ask Tim real quick. Tim?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where'd you get your information?
And Carta 99.
No.
I'm looking right at it.
Really?
Yep.
What does it say?
It says, I went into names for young animals, and for squirrel it has pup, no other word.
Well,
Really?
I had another one with no other word.
Okay, well,
Tell you what, let's get, how about a free pass? Will that
Okay.
work?
Oh, I've got free passes. I'd
Oh,
like to have a
we'll see.
T-shirt, though.
My.
oh, my goodness. Well,
We'll
so
give
much.
it- I'll
Bargaining
tell you
power.
what, the one we're looking for is also the name for a group of squirrels. It doubles. It can be used for either.
Can you find that one on Encarta, Tim?
I could try.
Okay. Well, do you want to give him the shirt?
Yeah, let's give him a shirt. We'll give a shirt to somebody that has the answer I'm looking for, too.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
So we have 2 shirts today? Okay, so Tim will hook you up with a shirt.
I appreciate that.
And you don't need to pass, right?
Have a good weekend. No, sir, I don't.
Okay, well, you have a great weekend, too. And you hang on, and Rachel will get some information from you and tell you how to pick it up, okay?
Thanks.
Okay, great. It's very sporting of you.
The controversy.
Well, it's very sporting of you.
Well, sure.
We have to give it to Encarta. I mean, he's got...
You look at a different source, it might have something else. So that should clarify a little bit there. It's also the name for a group of squirrels, and it can double for a young squirrel.
Okay, so we're still looking for Lewis's correct answer, the one that Lewis...
It is an answer, but...
Well, one thing's for sure, Lewis, is that he cannot call you first answer Ferguson
That's true.
today.
You're right. That was just a legitimate challenge. We thought we'd be nice. And,
I beg to differ, too. Can I get a T-shirt?
We'll work something out for you since you're leaving, next week.
Cool.
So
I thought just while you're sort of flinging them out willy-nilly, I thought, take my
What
chance.
was that about Willie something?
Flinging them out willy-nilly.
Slinging about?
Fling. F-L-I-N-G.
Flinging
As in
about.
Highland fling.
8:19 on the Morning Brew. We'll explain it later, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
8:19, 19 after 8 on the Morning Brew. Coming up in just a minute, we have news with Lynette, and we are still looking for the answer that Lewis has for the young squirrel. What is a young squirrel called? It's also the same name for a group, right?
Right, a group of squirrels.
Now, coming up next hour, lots of good stuff for you. First of all, we will start things off with some St. Patrick's Day fun. And Spike, I'm going to need your help here. I don't know, because you've worked in Ireland before, and you know, these 2 names right here, I'm not sure which one we're going to have, but it's on the first line of that. How do you pronounce those names? Because I have no idea. They're from Ireland, so.
That's Neil League.
Neil League?
Deirdre Lydon.
Okay, and who?
Deirdre Lydon.
Deirdre Lydon. Okay. Neil League and Deirdre Lydon.
Have you got a pen handy?
Yeah.
I have the best name for you ever. Ready?
Okay.
A-B-H-R-I-S-T-I-N O''Cadleigh. That was a guy that used to phone me up all the time in Belfast. Try and pronounce that one.
No. Aberston?
Aistín O'Cadleigh.
What?
Aistín O'Cadleigh.
Wow.
That's a good one, isn't it?
See, I knew you'd be able to pronounce these names. Neil League and Deirdre Lydon. Okay, good. Now I won't sound like an idiot when I try to talk to him. Well, I'll still probably sound like an idiot, but not because I can't pronounce their names. It's 8:51, 9 till 9 on the Morning Brew. Back in a moment. 8:56, it is 4 till 9 on the Morning Brew. And Spike, you have been to Ireland and worked in Ireland before. Tell us a little bit about your experiences there. I mean,
well, it was in Belfast that I used to work in, which is one of the most notorious places in Northern Ireland because it's the major capital city of Northern Ireland, pretty much. You know, there's all these IRA activities, and there's strange areas that you don't go into where the streets are different colours. And
the streets are different colours? Wow.
All the Protestant and Catholic areas are mapped out. All the really sort of heavy areas. The Protestant ones are always blue and red and white because they're unionists. They want to stay part of the United Kingdom.
Right.
And the nationalists are mainly the Catholic regions, and their pavements are all green and gold and yellow, and they've got flags everywhere. They paint the side of their houses and things, and paint all sorts of things that you can't repeat on radio, period. Never mind morning radio.
Yeah.
And it's scary because we found ourselves in Falls Road, which is a very, very Catholic area. All the traffic lights are in cages.
So they can't get broken?
Which is scary. And we kind of got lost when we were there, and we were like, green pavements, turn around, there's green pavements.
Now what would you have to fear? I mean, how would they know? I mean, do they just don't like strangers in those areas, or are you just afraid that something's going to happen and you're just going to get like the what do you call it, the secondhand blast or something like that you might just get involved in it? Or
crossfire? Oh, no.
Yeah.
They just don't like British people there.
Oh, okay. So you thought you'd just be spotted as someone from the UK then?
Yeah, well, you can tell by the license plates.
Oh, okay.
And the numbers.
Okay.
So I thought, turn around really quickly.
That would be scary. That is amazing. But overall, you kind of liked it, though, didn't you? I mean, in Ireland?
It's a great place. I loved it. Absolutely loved every second of it.
So do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day at all? Do you celebrate that in Scotland?
It's actually a bigger deal over here than it is in Scotland.
Really?
Which is funny because there's probably more Irish people in Scotland because it's a 3-hour journey in a ferry, pretty much, just to go over to Scotland from Ireland, and it's no big thing. You know, pubs celebrate it because you can sell Guinness really, really easily. And they dye it green sometimes.
Yeah, they do that here sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah, where I'm from in Cincinnati, they where I grew up, they actually dye the river green. No kidding. I mean, they really do. They used to. I don't know if they still do or not.
Well, rivers in Scotland don't need any help.
Yeah.
green. And, I don't know if St. Patrick's Day has anything to do with garbage floating in it, but
well, that's you can always celebrate that way. So I guess here it's just more of a novelty, maybe. I mean, because there you run into Irish people all the time, and it's just not that big a deal.
Well, you've got it worked out here. It's a chance to party. We haven't quite figured that out yet.
Well, you guys don't need a chance to party over there, do you?
That's true.
Like the pubs are ever empty.
It's Monday. Let's party. It's 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. Let's party.
Well, there you go. Well, we'll go out and I'm sure we can find a Green River or two around here as well. I'm sure we'll
have a look.
We'll hunt one of those down for you. It's coming up on 9 o'clock, WCHS Charleston, Talk Radio 58. And coming up in just a bit, we will give you a chance to win Lord of the Dance tickets, and we will talk to the scholarship guy, have some St. Patrick's Day fun. So stay with us here on the Morning Brew. Back on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and you. And Spike Nesmith is here all the way from Scotland. Are you going to be able to be with us next Friday too, you think, or is this going to be your last Friday with us?
No, I should be in next week.
Okay.
If you still have me.
Oh, absolutely.
Lock the doors and pretend you're not
I can't
in.
believe he's going to leave, that it's already been like, his time's almost up.
I know, isn't that crazy?
I know.
I'll be back. Just you watch.
We
I'll
can
be
only
back.
hope.
Thank you, Mr. Schwarzenegger. He will be back. Okay, coming up in just a few minutes, we will talk to, let's see, the scholarship guy. He's coming up at the bottom of the hour, and we'll talk to him about ways you can find money for your youngins heading off to school. We will also give you a chance to win Lord of the Dance tickets. That's coming up sometime this morning. Haven't done it yet, Lynette. And haven't heard from
Okay,
your pal.
I guess I'm not going then with him.
Haven't heard from your pal, so I don't know. Of course, he may
Sorry
not.
about your luck, Doug.
Of course, it's still pretty early. He may not be up and about yet. I mean, 9 o'clock is early for a lot of people.
9 o'clock. I've done, if you're not up by 9, I can't even relate to that anymore.
What time did you sleep till the other day, Spike? I emailed you, and you emailed back at, 11 or something?
About 11, yeah.
Do you know, I remember, when I was young, and I would sleep, like weekends would come, and I would be like, I'm not getting up before noon, and I wouldn't. And now it's like 6 a.m. I have to force myself to stay in the bed until at least like 6 o'clock in the morning. Last weekend I was up at like 4:30.
Yeah, I can't
sleep either. This whole schedule is just like throwing me all out of whack.
That's amazing. 9:10 on the Morning Brew. Rachel, are we having trouble finding them? No answer or what? They just can't locate anybody? What's the problem? She's on hold.
Yeah, we don't read lips or sign language.
Yeah, she's on hold. Do they even have a clue who you are? Did they say, okay, yeah, well, we are with you?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Who are we holding for?
We're holding for the folks at the from Isle Inn Tours about the St. Patrick's Day next week. It's Neil Logue or Deidre Leibniz who we're supposed to be talking to. And it says right here on Friday morning, the 12th, 9:10, we'll expect your call.
I'll put on an Irish accent and pretend for you if you like.
Tell us a little bit about St. Paddy's Day.
I will, sure. I will. I will now.
Spike O. Nesmith this morning.
Sure, so it is.
Well, go ahead. You've got the floor. No, actually. So we'll get a hold of them in just a second. We have the scholarship guy coming in as well.
And Paul just dropped all of his papers.
Now, if you're going to Belfast there, mind out for the green pavements.
Now you guys
That's my only advice.
You guys really do have the floor now. Okay, who do we have, Rachel? Do we have them there? They're on hold, so it looks like we are actually ready to talk to someone about St. Paddy's Day. Who would this be, Rachel?
Just answer.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It took her all that time to say. That cracks me up.
I'm a little preoccupied.
That is funnier than anything that ever happens is the timing between Rachel's response to you. And it's just like...
Well, good morning. Who do we have on the phone with us this morning?
You have Niall at Leog.
Well, hi. How are you, Mr. Leog?
How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, you're in New York currently?
No, I'm currently in Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Alexandria, Virginia. Okay, but you are obviously from Ireland.
Oh, I'm from the home side, correct.
That's right. Well, how long have you been over in Virginia?
I have been in Virginia about 2 years, but I spent the last 6 or 7 up in New York.
All right. Well, I have to point out something that I was asking before the break. We have a gentleman here from Scotland,
right,
who is visiting us. His name is Spike Nesmith, and I was asking him how to pronounce your name because I had no idea.
Right.
And he got it completely wrong.
Well, my name, even though I pronounce it as Niall, the correct pronunciation would be Neil.
Oh, so he was right.
So he was right.
He said Neil.
Right, but Neil would be spelled, if you anglicise my name,
it would be Neal.
Mhm.
Be how the English, because Neil is also a common name in Britain as well, and in probably Scotland. But my name, which is currently pronounced, it's spelled Neil, but it's pronounced Nile. So I have to say people, it's like Nile the river. So just to kind of, it's easier that way.
Niall Leog,
Yeah,
correct?
that's right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I had to think about what I was going to say. And then he didn't
Gonna have to put
come
the clock on you.
through in the end, I guess. I was trying to be careful with what I said, because the first thing I said
All right.
was thinking.
Okay.
You know how they
Forget
train river dancers and a lot of the dance dancers? You know how they go into training?
How?
Because they have the sleeves of their jackets pinned down and they send them out on icy days.
I can just picture that. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will check with the scholarship guy and talk to him for a few minutes. We have a lot of turkeys in the news today. I thought I'd pass these along to you. First of all, wild turkeys are terrorizing visitors at a California wilderness park. You have turkeys in Scotland?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Normally they're on the table, though.
Well, yeah. They're charging hikers, chasing cars, and blocking trails. The San Jose Mercury News says rangers at the Rancho San Antonio Reserve in Santa Clara County warn visitors to avoid getting closer than 30 feet to the turkeys. Wildlife experts have advised visitors to the park to avoid wearing bright colors or carrying shiny objects.
Get out.
How about that? Both of which can attract a turkey's attention.
Well, so if you ever want to go on a date with a turkey, just wear bright colours and shiny objects.
See, I don't have to wear bright colors or shiny objects, and I go on dates with turkeys all the time.
But I'm ching. And in other turkey news, Minnesota State Senator Dean Johnson is attempting to pass legislation that would make turkey manure an alternative energy source. Johnson claims the millions of turkeys in the area of Minnesota he represents generate too many droppings to be spread as manure on land. So he wants to use them for the energy source. Also, he's pushing for legislation which is interested in building an electricity plant that burns turkey manure.
There you go.
So there you are.
It's Spike. He brings out the comedian in me.
It must be.
It is.
Well, see, we need Spike here more often then.
I wish the comedian would stay home.
9:29 on the Morning Brew, and Stan is on the line. Good morning, Stan.
Well, how you doing?
Great. How are you? We just have about 30 seconds here. What do you need?
Well, just happy St. Patrick's Day. 30 seconds. See ya.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Stan. Appreciate that. He said happy St. Patrick's Day. So we didn't have a whole lot of time in 30 seconds. So it's 9:30 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Metro News is next. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Stan, as well. Metro News is next. We'll have the CBS News Brief for you with the national headlines, and then we'll talk to the scholarship guy here on the Morning Brew. Stay with us.
It's the Morning Brew on the voice of Charleston, WCHS Talk Radio 58.
9:34, 26 till 10 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Things are crazy around here on a Friday, Spike.
Things are crazy in every radio station on a Friday.
Well, I guess so.
Everyone's running around trying to get things finished for the weekend. So you're lucky. Where I used to work, we only had one other studio, which meant that I was trying to get into it. News were trying to get into it. Everyone else needs to get into it. And no one ever seemed to do any work but me. They just sit in there and read the paper. The sport guy always wanted to use it as well. And he'd come in and he'd do a little dance and he'd go, right, that's it, time's up, time for me, come on, here we go, right, here we go.
We've had that here too. I recognize that. But thank you all for joining us on a Friday morning. We do appreciate it. And now some helpful hints for you. If you have a young and about ready to head off to school, college that is, or either this year or next, we have someone on the line who may be able to help you out quite a bit. And that would be the scholarship guy.
In the number of senior citizens who are completely toothless.
Are you going to be able to do your out cue?
It is 37 degrees in downtown Charleston. I'm Lynette Maselli, and you're listening to The Morning Brew on Charleston's #1 news station, WCHS.
Congratulations. Very good. That's a true story.
Yes, it is.
Completely toothless. We leave.
Well, you know, what more? You know, West Virginia, we always get that, handed those honors.
There you go. Further those stereotypes.
Who even cares? It comes up with, or cares,
Exactly.
how
Where did
many
they come up
senior
with
citizens
this?
are toothless?
I guess dentists. I mean, the dental health.
Well, it wasn't the dental health field that did it. It was
Yeah.
the Centers for Disease Control.
Yeah.
So we rank number 1 in the nation for the number of senior citizens who don't have their teeth, who are completely toothless.
Move over, baby. Whole lot of gumming going on. By the way, Lynette.
You didn't think I could do it, did you?
No, I didn't. I thought you stopped, and I thought, okay, it's all over. She's done. I thought I'm going to have to jump in for her and say she's Lynette
I just
Maselli.
needed to just take a breath and finish it.
There you go. By the way, before you head out, I just wanted to let you know that someone sent you an email. It says, Paul, I heard Lynette talking this morning of finding her first gray hair.
Oh, my God.
And her problems with it and her contacts. Just thought I would pass this along. It says, now that you've made the big 3-0, I sent you this for you to know. Hair is gray, chins are double, hearing's going, eyesight's trouble. Just to think we could say more, but how does it feel to be a dinosaur?
Thank you. Who was that?
And it says, this old dinosaur has 15 years on her, and she has my sympathy. And have a good day, Roger.
Oh, okay, Roger. You know what? Here's the thing, is that the bad thing is that I color my hair. You know, and I've always been the one that said, I will never have a gray hair, and even if I do, I'll never know it. Because a few years ago, I started coloring my hair. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks to my hairdresser, who wanted to go back to my, not my natural color, but closer to my natural color of being blonde, said, let your hair grow out so I can have like a good root base, and then we'll, make the switch. Well, that's the only reason that I haven't colored it. It's his fault that I found it in the first place. And Robin said, when is your appointment? And I said, tomorrow, whether he's ready or not. It's getting taken care of.
She called 911. What, are you kidding?
Oh, I'm so...
Immediately.
I'm so upset. Yeah. I can't believe, that I have gray hair.
Well, come in and have another cookie. It'll make you feel better.
I haven't had one yet. No way. That's all I need is to be fat and gray.
It's 7:47 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Time now to get a sports report this morning from Kevin Conley. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Kevin. It is 37 degrees in Charleston at 7:50, 10 before 8 on the Morning Brew, and the Friday gang is fully assembled. First off, we have Spike from Scotland in this morning. Say whatever you like this morning, Spike.
Hail, hail, the gang's all here.
Yes. How you doing this morning?
I am so impressed at Lynette's recovery.
Aren't you glad you got here just in time to hear that?
That was incredible.
That is what you call being highly professional.
Absolutely.
There you go. And now you can take back your tape of the show, and it includes the story.
Oh, no, that was recorded?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Ham,
yes.
That means yes.
You can play the tape about the news story with the toothless West Virginians to all your Scottish friends, and they'll giggle.
Right, yeah.
They'll get a good kick out of that, I'm sure.
I'll be sitting laughing. They'll be going, okay.
You heard it here first on WCHS. That's amazing. Lewis Ferguson is here from Sunrise Museum, as he is every Friday. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right. Working on the future of West Virginia right here with a big old sweet cookie.
Yes, sir.
I can lose all mine, too. No. Whoever said winning isn't everything, winning bites. Or doesn't without teeth. It just... We're number one.
Terrible.
That's so bad.
Terrible. Are you ready with your Sunrise Science Trivia question in a few minutes?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is it? Can I preview it this morning?
Sure.
Okay, I want to take a look at it just to make sure it's not one of those Russian astronaut questions or something.
No, it's not a Russian thing. No.
Okay, we'll do that in just a couple of seconds. Have you seen any movies, by the way?
Actually, no.
No?
Isn't that awful? No movies this week.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, make something up. Here, read a review.
All right.
Read a review.
Let me read a review. Yeah, I did.
Give us a review. It's 7:51, 9 before 8 on the Morning Brew. Coming up, we'll find out what's happening at Sunrise this weekend and give you a chance to take the whole family for free, courtesy of the Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Lewis Ferguson, what is happening at Sunrise Museum this week?
Well, it's a big weekend. We actually debut a brand new Theater in the Galleries production called The Science of Magic. So it's going to be a behind-the-scenes look at a magic show with a really wild magician and her annoying assistant.
This is not going to be like those Fox shows where they tell you how the tricks are done, is it?
No masks here or anything. But they are going to explain some of the science, physics, and chemistry behind it and how some of the things you can actually try at home. And if anybody knows Heather Sayer out there who works at the museum, she's going to be in the Box of Blades tomorrow. So if you like her, you might want to catch her now before, And if you don't like her, you might really want to be there.
To kind of cheer it on.
Yeah, we got a box of blades, a bed of nails, of course, the old linking rings, and things like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and that show's at 1, 2, and 3 tomorrow. We also have a special drawing studio on Sunday with the Charleston Ballet, so people can come up and test their drawing skills and watch artists as they sketch some of the dancers as they pose. And some of the poses, I couldn't strike at all, but they hold them for like 15 minutes. Wow. It's a great chance to sketch some actual live models, too.
Cool. Why don't you try one of those poses for us this morning?
I don't think so. I think I would pull something. But the girls, they're amazing. This is like the third one we've done, and area artists come in, and it's nice to, it's real relaxed. You can come in and watch them draw, or you can try it yourself. We don't laugh. Even I do it, so...
Okay, so someone like me could actually come in and give it a shot, and you won't come by and just laugh and point.
Not at all. You get to draw, you can set up a still life at home, but how often do you get to try to sketch a live model, So it's going to be fun.
That's
a lot
true.
of fun.
Especially a live model in those poses.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Sunday 1 to 4 for that, and it's open to anybody. Anybody can come up.
Okay, and there's no extra charge for that, just the regular museum charge?
Just with your museum admission, you can get it all this weekend.
Okay, great. And it's free for members, right?
Right, absolutely, all of it.
You can't beat that.
Not at all.
Wonderful. And do you have planetarium shows working this weekend as well?
Yeah, planetarium shows Saturday at 1 and 3, so you can catch those in between science and magic performances, and also on Sunday at 2 and 3.
Cool. Spike, you said saying last night you said you saw a comet the other night?
I think so. I don't know what it was. It might just have been the car window because we were travelling at the time, but it certainly looked kind of smeary in the sky, so, but not with diamonds.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Well, come up and you can ask Kurt all about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lewis is not the astronomy expert.
No.
I know kind of where it was. I know one constellation, and it was across the road from that, so...
Across the road. Across the road. Well, there you go. Quit using all that technical astronomy jargon.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's tech talk.
Yeah, really, you're losing us. It's 7:57 on the Morning Brew, and you want to go ahead and throw out our question here?
Sure.
Let's start our question, and we'll take a quick break.
All right, if Elvis were an icosahedron, that's a three-dimensional shape, how many faces would he have?
An icosahedron?
An icosahedron.
Okay, 345-5858 or pound WCHS. First one with the correct answer wins the Sunrise Family Pass and the Sunrise T-shirt on the Morning Brew.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. It's gonna put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. And put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday. Hee hee hee.
It's 8:11, 11 minutes after 8 o'clock on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. The gang is all here. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, our good friend Spike from Scotland, and Lewis Ferguson from Sunrise Museum. Rachel, are you going to come in and get a donut or what?
I've had 2 cookies, Paul.
So are you going to come in and get a donut or what? What's your point?
I've had 2 cookies already.
No more food till Monday, right, Rachel?
Starving yourself for the rest of the day? A cookie is not a donut.
I realize that.
A wise man once said, Lewis, 2 cookies does not a donut make.
Oh, really?
He was wise.
You're very wise. So come on in and have a donut, Rachel.
Well, see, I know that I'm going to eat a lot of junk this weekend because I'm going away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to be careful about what I eat. I know it's going to be a long weekend.
Just brush those teeth.
Yeah, just brush and floss.
Take
and you'll
care.
Be okay. Coming up, we have sports in just a second with Kevin Kindley, who's in for Kyle Wiggs this morning. But first, Lewis, give us our Sunrise Science Trivia question once again.
All right, if Elvis were an icosahedron, that's a three-dimensional shape, how many faces would he have?
Aha. 345-5858 is the phone number. And because of the nature of this prize, because it gets your whole family in for free, we request that we have 1 winner per household per 30 days on this because we don't want a whole lot of people taking all the passes and saving them up. Good morning. Who is this?
Danny Chase.
Hey, Danny. How are you this morning?
Just fine, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks a lot for listening to the Morning Brew on a Friday. You have an answer for us?
Sure do. I think the answer would be 6.
No? Good guess, though.
Nope, not it, Danny.
Okay, thank you.
You can call back and try again if you like. You want to play numerical high-low, or you want to just let him keep
Let's
chasing
keep
it?
guess.
Keep chasing
Yeah.
it. Okay, we'll take one more before the sports here. Good morning. Who is this?
Good morning, John.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm great.
You have an answer for us?
How about 20?
Yep.
That's
it.
correct. Very good.
20 faces. Good job.
Now, John, you won the prize, but be honest and tell us, did you know that or did you look it up?
I guessed it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Good guess.
That's even better. Well, congratulations, John. You've
Good
won
job.
a family pass to Sunrise Museum. You can take the whole crew in for free and also a Sunrise T-shirt, okay?
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Hang on, and Rachel will tell you what you need to do to get your goodies.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening. Appreciate that. 8:13, 13 after 8. Not First Answer Ferguson.
That's right.
today. You
Thanks
gotta
to
be
that first
proud.
guy.
I think you're setting them up, aren't you? I think you're setting them up
Exactly.
to call and just guess wrong. Try to get in first.
Got some ringers out there.
Here is Sports Now with Kevin Connolly, who's in for Kyle Wiggs this morning. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Paul. For the record, I had no idea what you were talking about.
Is that right?
Had no clue what the answer was.
Hey, well, at least you were man enough to admit it.
That's right.
There you go.
The Mountaineer baseball team has won 4 straight after beating St. Bonaventure 10-5. The Mountaineers will open Big East play against Notre Dame at home tomorrow in Morgantown. In the NBA last night, Cleveland beat the Lakers 100-93. It was Utah over Washington 95-87. Orlando topped New York 86-78. Chicago beat New Jersey 104-95. That means free tacos for everyone. Whenever the Bulls score over 100, everybody in the place gets a taco.
What?
Milwaukee, that's right.
What?
Tacos around. Tacos on the house.
Nice.
Isn't that nice?
Beautiful.
Milwaukee, Vancouver, and Portland also winners in the NBA last night. And that's a check of sports. I'm Kevin Connolly having a taco with the Morning Brew.
Enjoy. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Thanks, Kevin. Is that a true story, really?
That is the truth. I think it is Taco Bell, in fact, that gives those away.
Is that right?
If they score over 100. But the way the Bulls are this season, they won't have to give out too many tacos.
Yeah, I heard the other day they have a pretty dismal record,
They're
don't they?
bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Enjoy that taco. 8:16, 16 after 8 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. And, Lewis, I had to pass this along to you because I know you would appreciate this.
All right.
Well, now I just lost it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I lost my newspaper. I don't know if you heard this morning, but you have TV Land, right?
Oh, I do.
TV Land.
I
You
love
like that?
TV Land.
Yeah. See, I know. And we're about the same age, so we're in kind of the same generation.
Yeah, but I'm older.
Yeah.
Never mind. We
I
found
wasn't
that
gonna-
out this morning.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, just read.
I wasn't going to bring it up. You had to jump in there. But starting April 3rd, TV Land is going to start Super Retrovision Saturdays. Did you hear that?
I heard. Well, I listened to you earlier.
Yeah.
That's.
Isn't
and
that neat?
I was sitting in the car thinking, please read it. Please read it. Please read the name I want, and you read it first.
Which one?
HR.
HR Puff and stuff.
I love that show.
Now, did they have any
I
of these
love
shows?
the HR Puffin
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, when I was real little, it kind of terrified me, that big thing. But, but it's.
Did they have
I love
Puff and
this
stuff in Scotland?
No, but my older sister is going to be absolutely overjoyed.
Really?
And I'm going to have to get a tape running because I'm not going to be here for this.
Yeah.
She told us for years and years that there was a Happy Days cartoon, and we were like, Happy Days cartoon? Away you go. There's no way. Happy... Have they time-travelled? No. And she sent me an email a couple of days ago, and she goes, ha. That was the full body of the email was just, ha. And she sent an attachment with an advert for the Happy Days cartoon on ABC. And I'm like, oh, dear.
Yeah. Fonz and the Happy Days Gang.
That's right.
Is the name of it. Also, the Brady Kids, Star Trek, the animated series, the Jackson 5, Harlem Globetrotters, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
Oh, that's another
Sigmund.
one.
Another biggie.
I love HR Puffin stuff, though.
Heckle and Jekyll, the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse. Kinda neat.
What about the New Zoo Review?
That was my favorite.
Mine too.
When I was real young.
Henrietta Hippo.
Oh, yeah.
the hippo.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the little skirt. I remember the hippo. She was cool.
And Freddie the Frog and all the good ones. But yeah, it sounds like a great lineup. The only thing missing, though, is New Zoo Review, of course, and Land of the Lost.
Yeah, Will, Holly, and Marshall.
Yes.
With those magic rocks.
With Chaka.
Chaka and the sleigh stack people.
Sleigh stack.
The sleigh
Yeah,
stack.
and the one that was their friend, and the rest of them hated him.
Rachel.
I'll have to check these out.
Yeah, you will.
I've never
I've
seen
never
You'll
heard
love
of any of them.
None of them.
Yep.
Except for the Happy Days.
Yeah, you'll need to watch these.
You've never
No.
seen or heard of HR Puffin stuff?
Never.
See,
They
it's,
weren't
Oh
around when I
my
was little.
gosh.
They didn't have those.
I never
That's
watched it, but it was
wonderful.
around. I watched it a little bit. But yeah, Rachel, we'll have to watch this. Everybody should watch those.
Have to check those out.
Show them to your kids.
It's the Morning Brew on the voice of Charleston, WCHS Talk Radio 58.
8:54, 6 before 9 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Coming up next hour, lots of good stuff for you. First half hour, we'll be speaking with Roger Hughes, who is a housing development specialist, and he's got a great plan he's going to tell us about. It involves bringing some more affordable housing to the Kanawha Valley, something that's certainly a lack of. And we'll talk with him for just a little bit, and he can take some phone calls, too, if you have any questions for him. We'll talk about that coming up next hour. And then at 9:30, our good friend Neil McCutcheon is coming in. We met Neil McCutcheon earlier this week. We talked to him on the phone. He's from the Antique Toy Roadshow. And they're looking for toys. Today is the final day of the road show, and we'll talk to him for the last half hour. So he's going to bring in some cool stuff to play with, too.
Yay.
Well, I don't know if we can actually play with it because it's probably worth more than our net worth combined, Spike. But
probably, yeah.
We can at least gaze at it and go, ooh,
and he can
pretty.
go, don't touch.
Yeah.
Hands away.
Yes, absolutely. You're always touching things. Now, I know you, Spike, are big into computers. I know you work with computers a lot, don't you, at home and use them, and I've been working with them for a while, and so have I. This is kind of neat. You know that feeling you get when your computer just doesn't want to do what you want it to do?
Frequently.
Yeah, you get kind of frustrated with it. So you want to throw the mouse across the room? Well, apparently a lot of people do. There was a survey done by Concord Communications. It's a web-based network performance analysis company. Sounds really fancy for they play with computers. And
sounds like my kind of job.
Yeah. It's called the Network Rage Survey. The survey questioned network managers about the level of rage among the computer users that they support. Found that 83% of them reported violent behavior as a result of computer problems. They reported incidents of smashed keyboards, kicked in hard drives, computer mice being flung through the air, and whatnot. The survey found that the piece of computer equipment that is most often attacked is a keyboard, which would make sense.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe
you just
it.
want to pound it. Followed by mice. That's next. And monitors are tied for second with mice, and hard drives coming in third.
I figured people would get mad at the screen.
Yeah. One network manager said in the survey, I had a user who complained that her cursor would not move, so she would repeatedly slap the terminal on one side to move it. Can you imagine that? Slapping your computer screen to try to get your cursor to move. Whap!
You could turn it on its side, see if you can shake it down.
Yeah. 8:56, 3 before 9 on the Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
9:34, 26 before 10 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Now, see there, Spike? Now you know who to go through when you come back to Charleston.
Now I know who to go to when he brings some donuts as well. Look,
yeah.
He brought school milk.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, did you ever get this in school?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. We used to have sports on ours. And you would be king of the school for a day if you had swimming. Swimming was very, very hard to get.
Oh, is that a rare one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just babbling now. Sorry.
We had on our school milks, we had Sammy Safety. That was a character. And he always told you things you should do and things you shouldn't do to be safe. You know, like don't stick things in outlets and whatnot.
Oh, I see. Really sort of complicated stuff that you didn't know.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
You never really learned anything, but it was always amusing. Anyway, we're going to shift gears now, and we go from houses to toys, or maybe even toy houses. You never know. Neil McCutcheon is in from the Antique Toy Roadshow. Neil, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you back.
Been busy.
Been busy. This is your third and final day in Charleston, right?
This is our last day in town, and we've had a great response from the Charleston area. So we're hoping people come out this last day and bring us some toys.
What kind of stuff have you had so far?
Oh, a guy brought in about 50 pieces, brand new in the box, never played with. We've bought some, late 1800s, early 1900s pull toys, just fabulous clean toys out of the attic.
Really? Now, what kind of, the unopened ones, what were those? The boxes?
Battery operated and wind up toys. He was sent away with several thousand, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Man, oh man. Well, that's kind of great. Now, what are some of the more unique toys that you guys have bought in just the recent past? I mean, I know you were in Huntington earlier this week.
Yeah.
In Charleston this week, obviously. So what are some of the best things you found?
We found a 1910 Hubley Ferris wheel, and it's about $5,000 to $10,000 piece.
Really?
And a Markland Ferris or merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, never played with. It was from the late 1800s.
Jeez.
And that was about $15,000.
Good grief.
Wow.
So you just lay out the cash right there for those people?
Yeah. Well, actually, we had a collector come in town for that piece, so he brought his briefcase full of money for him.
No kidding. That is amazing. So again, tell us how this works, because you guys don't sell toys. You buy them. You look for people who are selling them.
Right. We have 5,000 collectors all over the world and looking for quality antique toys, and they pay the top dollar for the toys in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney toys are red hot right now. Mickey Mouse from the 1930s. We've had pieces before that we bought for $10,000 to $12,000.
Jeez. So how does it work? People just come by. You're at the Comfort Inn, right, in Cross Lanes today?
Comfort Inn and Cross Lanes till 8 o'clock tonight.
And people can just scrounge up in their attics, find something, bring it to you guys. It doesn't cost anything for them to come in, or no appraisal fee or anything like that?
Nope. We'll give them a free evaluation and let them know what their toy's worth. If they want to sell it, they can. If they don't, they'll at least know what it's worth and a little bit of knowledge about the toy.
That's cool. Now, do you know enough about these that if someone were to call in right now and say, hey, here's what I have, here's the approximate date, here's the approximate condition, can you kind of say, hey, yeah, we'd like that or not?
Yeah, most things. We see probably 2,000 to 3,000 toys a week, so there's not much out there we don't see.
So do you collect these toys yourself?
I like the big press steel trucks.
What are those?
Made by Buddy L. They're from the 1920s, and they're about 24 inches long, and they weigh probably 10 to 15 pounds a piece. So
really?
And they're big press steel pieces, and they say a 200-pound man can stand on them without hurting them.
Oh, really?
So
has anyone ever tried that before?
I'm a little bit too big for that, so.
Oh, really? Well, you could try it anyway. Maybe you could make new claims on it.
Have one of the skinnier guys do it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. After eating these donuts, I think I'm going to be there. People keep bringing in donuts this morning. So you guys also have a number that people can call, and it's a national number, right? I mean, you guys go all over the country with this stuff.
Yeah, if they ever want to get in contact with us or have any questions, they can call us at 217-636-8012.
636-8012. All right, cool. How many guys do you have helping you today?
We have 4. The other guys, there's another group right now, and they're doing a show in St. Louis. And I guess they've had lines around 200 people.
Really?
Continuous.
Just bringing toys in.
Just
like crazy,
bringing toys. So
that is amazing.
We have lines. Usually takes 5 to 10 minutes to get someone in and out. So it's not real long, and we just hope people come down and see us.
Well, that's cool. I know there are a lot of folks around here who have, I'm sure, a lot of those old toys you're looking for.
Yeah.
Hanging around the attics.
Just buried up in the attics. And, what happens a lot of times, they leave them up there, and then the heat gets to them, and they start to, rust or just the paint starts to chip away, so but they still have a lot of value if it's a rare piece.
And one of the things we talked about earlier this week when we spoke on the phone was that you advise people not to try to clean the toys before they bring them in, because that could do more harm than good, right?
That could, I've seen trucks before the guys have run in, it's starting to rust, so they take a can of Krylon out and just paint over it, which pretty much kills most of the value. Guys will take and redo it, but that's about $400 to $500 to get it restored professionally.
Really? Well, how much of the cost do you think that would take off? I mean, if someone had a truck that was worth $1,000, you say, and they tried to spray paint it or clean it up themselves or fix it,
probably about $300.
Really? I think that's enough to keep me from trying to clean it up.
So how many people leave disappointed with boxes full of Star Wars stuff that they think is going to be really, really valuable?
Quite a few. You can buy them through trade publications for about 50 cents a piece. And, I have these. These are from the original series, and I know the movie's coming out, so these are going to be high-dollar items now. Well, no, sorry. Unless they're in the package.
Right.
If they were never out of the box or out of their little blister pack, they'd be worth something. But you can still go to garage sales and find Star Wars figures.
And, most of the toys you're looking for are pre-1965 anyway, right?
Anything before 65, like in robots. We had a lady bring in a robot, and I think we offered her $1,500 on it. We called the collector, and she has to go talk it over with her son.
Oh.
He lives out of state, and it was his, so she has to check with him before she sells it. But
that would be a good idea.
She was pretty convinced that she's going to bring it back today.
Well, I was going to say for $1,500.
She phoned him up and said it wasn't worth anything. Can I just sell it? he said $10, $15 at most.
Oh yeah, we do that a lot. Well, tell your wife you only got $5-10 and. Go out and play a few rounds of golf.
That's true.
Where am I phoning from? A stretch limo that was just passing, hopped on.
Nice toys. Yeah, good stuff. All right, great. So again, it's at the Comfort Inn in Cross Lanes, and it started at 8 this morning, but it's going until 8 o'clock, and then you guys are heading out, right?
Yeah.
Where are you guys heading to next?
Roanoke.
Roanoke?
Yeah, we'll be there for 3 days, and then I think we're going to head on home and take a week or two off.
You're going to play with your toys.
Yeah.
There you go. And again, the number to call for the main organization is 217-636-8012?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And you can go by and see Neil today at the Cross Lanes, or the Comfort Inn in Cross Lanes, and take your toys. You may end up going away with a boatload of cash. If so, come by and buy us lunch sometime. We would appreciate that. Neil, thanks a lot for coming by again.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you the next time you come back to Charleston, hopefully.
Great.
9:44, it is 16 before 10 on the Morning Brew. Coming up next, it's the statewide talk line with Hoppy Kercheval, Don Marsh. Then it's Rush Limbaugh at noon, followed by 58 Live with Rick Johnson and Stephen Reed. And they are giving away today that Bose Wave radio. So if you haven't entered now. Just drop a few lines of poetry on your fax machine telling us why you should win the brand new Bose Wave radio from 58 Live. Just a few lines of poetry is all it takes. The fax number is 342-2772. The drawing will be held today. So if you've mailed or faxed your drawing in, it is in the hopper and ready to be drawn, hopefully. Best of luck to you. That happens today, so don't hesitate. You may want to go ahead and fax that before lunch.
What is Bose Wave? Is that like medium wave and long wave?
It's in between medium wave and microwave, I think.
I see.
Somewhere right in there. Not quite short wave, but I
and
don't
goodbye
know.
wave.
Yeah, goodbye wave. Or a permanent wave.
Well, true, yeah.
You could have in your hair.
Marcel wave.
Have you ever heard one of the Bose Wave radios?
I haven't, no.
Because I haven't heard them, but I hear that they are just wonderful.
What are they?
What are they?
Yeah. Is it just like a radio?
Yeah, well, you've heard of the company Bose, right? Have you not heard of the company Bose? They don't have those in Scotland?
No.
They make real exclusive speakers. I mean, speakers that cost more per pair, like...
Right.
Like it's almost like getting married, like 2 months' salary. You know, the rule of thumb for the engagement ring. Just expensive, top of the line, state-of-the-art audio equipment. And they make this little radio that just fits on a tabletop. Not much bigger than, I guess, a computer keyboard or something like that. And I haven't heard it. So, but I've heard so many people say that it has just incredible sound.
See, I was confused.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what Bose Wave was. I didn't know it was a company.
Yeah. Bose is the name of it, and the Wave radio is the brand name. So it's not like a shortwave radio where you can tune in like BBC and stuff like that. See, no wonder you were looking at me like, what? I thought you would have had Bose over in Scotland, but I guess not.
We don't even have GE in Scotland.
You don't?
Nope. We don't have GE. We don't have RCA.
Really?
And these are the two companies that run America. They make everything here.
Pretty much.
We've got RCA donuts here.
A little crunchy, though. So you're going back to Scotland this weekend. What are you going to miss most about the States, do you think?
Oh, only
Until
everything.
you come back.
Only everything.
Really?
My internet email address is still active, though.
Okay.
SpikeNWV@AOL.com.
Okay, cool.
Will be continuously running.
Well, I'm sure you'll be staying in touch with several people back here then.
Oh, yeah. So if anyone wants to send me hate mail, or money.
Or money, that would be preferable. We have a caller on the line now, and it's Larry in Canal City. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning. Is Mr. Hughes still there?
No, he's not.
Well, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask him a question about the housing.
I have his number. I have his number if you'd like to call him.
Okay.
It is 442-5756.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Glad I could help.
To connect this call, press 3 now.
If you'd like to speak to a former guest, press 1. If you'd like to speak to Paul or Spike or Rachel, press 2. If you'd like to get the scores from the high school basketball tournament, press 3. We should just start doing that. That would be too much of a pain. Speaking of basketball, though, the tournament is in progress right now. The pregame has begun for the high school basketball tournament. If I can find my sports sheet here that I was looking for, I could give you a quick rundown of the games today. On 1490, our sister station, 1490 AM, you can hear first game coverage right now, and the first game will be Valley Fayette versus Tigers Valley, and that tips off at 10. And as I said, the pregame is on as we speak. That will be followed by Weir versus Bluefield, and then Moorfield versus Parkersburg Catholic at 1:30. And then here on WCHS, tonight you will hear Woodrow Wilson versus Capital. Pregame for that gets underway at 5:40, right after 58 Live. They'll wrap up a little bit early. Tug Valley versus Richwood following that, and then North Marion versus South Charleston. 9:48, it is 12 till 10 on the Morning Brew, and we'll take a quick break in just a second. But first, here's our Genius of the Week. I just saw this story, and this is just wonderful.
You mean I'm not Genius of the Week anymore?
No.
Oh.
That was last week, Spike. You only get it 1 week in a row. The crooks are bringing themselves to jail these days. Yesterday, Ned Stevens walked into the lobby of the jail in Seminole County, Florida, asked to speak to someone named Dave, and then lit up a joint in the police station.
Oops.
As the 19-year-old left the lobby, deputies stopped him and found a bag of marijuana in his pocket. A short time later, deputies went to the roof of the jail to arrest Gregory Kendricks of Jacksonville on a warrant that charged him with selling stolen goods to a pawn shop. Kendricks was working on a roofing project at the jail.
They're just not trying anymore, are they? They're not even trying to smuggle it in.
No, it's just, it's blatant. John on a cell phone, good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
What's on your mind this morning, John?
I was just wondering, are you going to give that young man that's in visiting our country
some ramps to take back with him?
Well, we're going to miss it this time, but he is definitely coming back, and we've already told him that he's going to experience some of those sometime.
Yeah, he's got to. I mean, ramps and pawpaws in West Virginia, I mean, if you don't give him a piece of that luxury. Hey, I heard we're number one again, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, number one in the amount of senior citizens with absolutely no teeth.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I
Must be all those ramps.
keep telling people that we're number one in a lot of areas, but, you know, obesity and cancer, and nobody believes me.
Yep. Well, you have something to hang your hat on now, John.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Just not your teeth. Thanks for the call.
Thank God I got mine.
There you go.
Okay.
Keep on chomping.
All right.
9:50, 10 till 10 on the Morning Brew. Back in a moment. Spike, are cell phones big in Scotland?
They are, actually. The funny thing is, they're actually cheaper.
Really?
Seems to be. I don't know if this is just one company or not, but it seems to be when you make a call on a cell phone here, you get charged for incoming calls as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the person phoning you gets charged, plus you get charged for them phoning you.
Mm-hmm.
But in the UK, you only pay for your line rental and the calls that you make. Calls that come in are free.
Wow.
Cool. Very nice.
Same with pagers. Sorry.
No.
Ooh.
Smack.
Guitar riff.
Well, the reason I asked is because someone sent us an email. Rob sends along and says, "Hey guys, I listen all the time," and he says, "I've got a good one." And you've heard of the comedian Jeff Foxworthy, right?
Oh yeah, the
you may be a redneck
yeah.
if you.
Uh-huh. If your wife's hairdo has ever been destroyed by a ceiling fan, you might be a redneck.
Now, see, those jokes for me ceased to be funny
Until
so
he
long
says
ago
them.
until you said it.
I know.
Okay, let's do another one.
Just to hear that accent telling a redneck joke.
If you have one home that's mobile and 14 cars that aren't, you might be a redneck.
Just hearing a Scotsman doing a redneck joke. That's funny. Yeah, but the guy writes in and says, you might be a redneck when you go to Kroger to shop and talk on your cell phone while you're shopping. Yeah, can you imagine people doing that? Do they do that in Scotland? Is that a problem, like public nuisance?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Everyone has cell phones and they use them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it used to be when phones came out at first, the mobile phones came out at first, it was a sign of someone being very, very posh, and it'd be ridiculed to the skies, even by myself. And I have a mobile phone at home.
Oh, do you?
To my shame, yes.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I needed one.
I was at a dinner. I was at a business lunch with someone one time, and we're sitting there, and the salad had just been delivered, and all of a sudden you hear this.
Hate it.
And the lady I was eating dinner with, or eating lunch with, she reached down into her purse and just started talking.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me for a second, and just there at the table. Just, anyway, so okay, I'll be there. And like for 3 or 4 minutes, just talking. I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is not a date, but it's still a business lunch. You should at least be polite.
You know, and the thing is that I am like anti-pager, anti-cell phone. And the thing is, as soon as I started working here, they clipped a pager
got
to my
both.
belt
Yep.
and put a cell phone in my purse.
That's true.
And they're always like, the thing is that they don't know, and I hope they're not listening. I turn it off when I'm not here, you know? Like they're going to page me when I'm inside the building. I'm not doing that. That's awful.
See, I have a cell phone, but it's only for like emergency cases, like if I'm on the road, or that's the only reason I have it.
You know what?
Safety purposes.
I get embarrassed. I had the cell phone on and was called. I was, I don't know, doing something at the Capitol, and everybody turns and looks, and I'm like, you know, I have to go digging the cell phone out. I hate it.
It's amazing.
You can't reach me at home. We can talk later.
Jim on the west side.
Morning Brewmeisters.
How are you, Jim?
Fine. Spike.
Yeah.
Tell you what, they're going to kid you about Bose Radio. Ask those nice people, who invented television?
Now you see, this is a good debate, this one.
The
Some
Scots
people say
invented it, didn't they?
Some people say the Scots invented it. Some people say the Americans invented it. There was a guy who apparently invented TV just before the Scots did, but didn't get the patent in time.
Is that right? Well, I thought you folks had television up and operating in 1937, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
Ask them who invented penicillin.
Well, that was one.
That was Fleming, wasn't it?
That's right, Alexander Fleming, who
And
discovered penicillin by leaving a bit of bread, or it was cheese or something, to get mouldy.
Yeah.
What he was doing, putting mouldy cheese in his mouth, I will never know.
Well,
he got rid of his headache.
He was out of haggis.
Or Pal Saudi is another. I love Scotland. I am of Scottish ancestry, but the one in 76, we celebrated our bicentennial in the United States, and they had a big thing about what was the most beautiful invention that ever came out of America. And what they came up with, the one that won the award, was not really an American invention. It was the clipper ship of the middle 19th century, and it was invented by a Scotsman named Mackay.
Aha.
No, and he his first yard was in Nova Scotia, and the next one was in Boston. But you guys, when it comes to electronics, it's going to be tough to get ahead. The Scots invented cloning too, didn't they?
That's right, Dolly the sheep in Edinburgh.
Well, sure. Well, thanks for the call, Jim. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. No, we were trying to give Spike a hard time. I was laughing because I didn't realize that he wouldn't understand what a Bose wave radio was. But now you know.
We just clone sheep so there's more haggis.
I hadn't thought about that. I just wonder if there are any cloned haggis in the 10 you just gave me. Like, ooh.
It could be. It could be.
Could be. 9:57, 3 before 10 on the Morning Brew. And what say we send someone to the Symphony? The Great American Pops concert is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Charleston Municipal Auditorium. Still standing. Still standing.
I would love to go to that.
Would you?
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah. Here we go again.
No. If I want to go, I'll go.
345-5858, the phone number. Or pound, WCHS pound, 9247.
Ask Colonel Sanders again.
Let's just take a call at random. And who is this?
Hi, this is Susan.
Hey, Susan, how you doing this morning?
Real good.
Doing real good? You want to go to the Symphony tomorrow night?
I'd love to.
Well, that is wonderful. You want to take Lynette, or do you already have someone to take?
Well, if my husband can't go, I'll get Lynette.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, that's a deal. What are you up to this morning, Susan?
Just working a little bit.
Work just a little bit, huh?
Just a little bit.
Well, it's Friday, so take it easy. There you go.
Very little.
Well, congratulations. Thanks a lot for listening to the Morning Brew. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you hold on, and Rachel will tell you how you can pick up your tickets, okay?
Great, thanks.
Thanks a lot. Wonderful. Well, Spike, it's been wonderful having you these past few
I'm
weeks.
going to miss you so much.
Me too.
I'm so bummed. I am.
I'm very pleased that
Will
you're
you
going to
come
be
back? WCHS.
Thank you very much, Lynette. 7:44 on the Morning Brew, and our good friend Spike is back. Good morning, Spike.
Morning.
How are you?
Microphone's sagging. Excuse me.
That's okay.
I wasn't expecting that.
A little cold for you this morning, huh?
It's freezing, isn't it?
Yeah. Not used to this kind of cold in Scotland?
This is cold for me.
Really?
Yeah. This is normally when it's this cold, I just don't go out. I stay in bed.
I wish we had that choice.
Well, yeah. The philosophy is, I'll go outside when it's warm outside as it is inside my bed.
Oh, so you don't have a really big change there from
No.
outside to inside. So
Not really.
You don't
no.
want that change.
No, it's cold everywhere.
There you go. Would you like a Girl Scout cookie, by the way? I'm trying to get rid of some of these.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Help
They're made
yourself
from
to
real
those.
Girl Scouts.
Yeah, we're trying to. I don't know about that. Coming up on 7:45 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Lewis Ferguson will be here in just a few minutes from Sunrise Museum, and we'll have the Sunrise Science Trivia question for you, and a chance for you to win big on the way. Now let's take a look at sports this morning with Kyle Wiggs. Kyle, I wish I could give you a Girl Scout cookie, but
I've already had my share.
Is that right?
Believe me, they were distributed here about a week ago.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry.
Okay.
I've had enough.
Well, what's going on in sports this morning, buddy?
Well, the University of Charleston has advanced in the NCAA Division II Regional. UC defeated Westchester 79-77 last night at Salem-Takeo University. Charleston will now play the top seed Salem-Takeo Fighting Tigers. Those two teams met last Saturday in the championship game of the West Virginia Conference Tournament, with UC winning it 87-71. Also last night, Queens College of New York defeated California University of Pennsylvania 83-72. So in the semifinals tonight, second seed Fairmont State plays Queens College at 6. Then Charleston battles Salem-Takeo at 8 o'clock. The title game is set for 7:30 on Saturday night at Salem. In the Big East Conference Tournament from Thursday, quarterfinal round action, 9th-ranked St. John's defeated Rutgers 77-62. 10th-ranked Miami beat Georgetown 65-54. Number 3, Connecticut beat Seton Hall 57-56. 20th-ranked Syracuse down Villanova 70-62. So St. John's plays Miami. Connecticut will battle Syracuse tonight in the semifinals. At the ACC tournament, top-ranked Duke blew out Virginia 104-67. Florida State defeated Clemson 87-85 in overtime. In the Atlantic 10 tournament, George Washington, Rhode Island, Temple.
You have to. They're delicious, and I just keep eating them.
If Rachel will eat one.
I did
I'll
have
eat
one.
She already had.
All right, I'll eat one. I'll
There
eat
you
two if
go.
you eat another one. Okay,
yeah,
never
twist
mind.
her arm. Yeah, take one in there. It's 7:48 on the Morning Brew. Coming up, we'll talk more with Lewis and find out what's happening at Sunrise Museum. And also, you saw a couple of movies this week, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we'll talk about those in just a minute. Get Lewis's movie reviews here on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58, and check traffic and weather together. That's coming up next.
The Morning Brew with Paul Wheeler on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Charleston's first WHS.
And it's 30 degrees in Charleston at 7:51, 9 till 8 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58 with Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose. Also, Spike is here from Scotland. Spike, I meant to ask you, I listened to a tape yesterday that you brought over from your radio days in Scotland when you're doing radio over there. Do you guys do traffic reports over there?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
But it's a traffic service that we take.
Okay.
But the good thing is they're responsible for phoning us up for the traffic. We don't have to go and pester them.
Oh, okay.
They phone us up.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
brilliant.
see. But so you don't have your own traffic persons
No,
per
no,
se?
no, it's a company.
Okay. Because I heard you doing weather on that tape, but I never did hear traffic, and I just didn't know if traffic was that big of a problem in Scotland.
But it depends where it is. It is in Glasgow.
Yeah.
But in Paisley, where I used to work, it's not really.
Not at all. Huh?
No.
Okay. Lewis Ferguson from Sunrise is here as well. Good morning again, Lewis.
Good morning.
Coming up in just a second, we'll talk about what's happening at Sunrise. But first, what movies did you see this week, Lewis?
Saw Hillary and Jackie, and finally, Shakespeare in Love. It finally made it here.
How were they?
Both excellent films.
Really?
Yeah, I knew I'd like Shakespeare in Love. I was kind of worried it was overhyped, and I'd been waiting to see it, but excellent movie. It's one of those movies, perfect start to finish. You couldn't take anything out, and you really couldn't add anything. It's really, really great film.
Have you seen that one, Spike?
I haven't, no. How could someone fall in love with Shakespeare, though? It looked like an egg with hair around the edge.
This was in his much younger days.
Oh,
so
right.
yeah.
Okay. So it didn't look like a decorated Easter egg.
No, he looked just like Joseph Fiennes.
Funny that.
That's kind of weird.
Great movie, and Hillary and Jackie was a real surprise. It was a really great movie.
No, I haven't heard much about that one. What type of movie is that?
Kind of a tearjerker.
Oh, really?
Two sisters, and you kind of think it's going to be real predictable. They're both real talented musicians, but one, stays with the cello and works through and becomes a real famous world-class musician. The other chooses husband and kids. But there are a few surprises, twists, a really odd situation, and one of them gets multiple sclerosis and tragedy.
Jeez. Well, don't tell us which one.
No, but it's really a really, really good film. It winds up. You're gonna.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Don't tell us which one.
Anyway, it's a pretty well-known story actually, but it's a good moral lesson in the end too.
And the moral in the end, of course, is there's always room for cello. That's the room at the end. What's going on at Sunrise Museum this week? Thank you. What's going on at Sunrise Museum this weekend, Lewis?
Another Science Saturday. We've got a professor from WVU Tech joining us, Dr. Garth Thomas, going to be doing some exciting chemical reactions up there. There are going to be explosions and all kinds of wild things happening.
Cool.
Also, all new planetarium shows at 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Stuffy's Kitchen as well, so you can open up Stuffy and take a look at his guts this weekend.
Stuffy's a lot of fun.
Really is, yeah. It's an easy way to teach kids about anatomy and that, our bodies aren't gross. The way they work is pretty cool, and take a look inside the human body, too.
Well, it's still kind of gross, but the way they work is kind of cool.
Yeah.
When you're
So
pulling like stuffed intestines out of a giant, stuffed person with a zipper stomach, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The kids.
Yeah, they tend to like. I knew there was a haggis comment.
Now,
I knew the haggis was coming.
Now, are you going to be involved in any of these explosions yourself, Lewis, or are you going to stand back and let the professionals
I'm
handle
standing
this
back
stuff?
this time. He's the man in charge. So he usually does a really exciting show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, a great art exhibit, Ship to Shore. Only 6 weeks left to catch this exhibit. So
that's been getting a great response, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. A lot of people really like the marine art. I was kind of surprised. I figured it'd be popular at first, but we've had a big audience every weekend for this. So come out and see that while you can.
Cool. Very good. And we'll give you a chance to win a Sunrise Family Pass to take the whole family for free to Sunrise and a T-shirt. When we come back on the Morning Brew, we'll have our Sunrise Science Trivia question up next.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58. WCHS, the voice of Charleston, with a sample of 58 Live with Rick Johnson.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. It's gonna put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, it's Friday. And put all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, it's Friday.
8:10, 10 after 8 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and Spike Nesmith from Scotland. What's the name? It's Q96.3 FM in Scotland, right?
96.3 QFM.
96.3 QFM, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it used to be called Q96, like 2 years ago, but everyone in that area still calls it Q96.
Ah.
So I have great fun. People used to phone up and go, "Is that Q96?" And I'd go, "No, it's not. I'm sorry." And they'd get all frustrated because it's like, "Am I dialing the right number?" Yeah, but it's not Q96.
Well, see, that's kind of like this station. It used to be called 58 CHS. That was the name of this station years ago.
Right.
And now it's WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Mhm.
And people still call it 58 CHS, and we don't hang up on them or anything when they call.
You don't have that evil streak about you. That's what it is.
That's part of it. What we do get a lot, though, are calls when people say, yeah, you guys showed something on TV a few minutes ago. And I went, no, I'm sorry. You're looking for the TV station. Well, this is WCHS, isn't it? Yeah. But it's the radio station because we used to be owned by the same company years ago, but we're not anymore. So I can understand the confusion. Although we did have on one of our business phone lines, on one of the outgoing lines, that used to be real close to a number of a pizza place, and we used to get calls all the time when I worked in the evenings, like around 6:30 or 7. We get a flurry of calls of people saying, "Yeah, I want to order a pizza." And I took so many of those calls after about a month, I finally took one order. I shouldn't have. That was very mean of me. But I said, "Yeah, what do you want on it? What's your address? Okay, give me your phone number. Okay, give us 45 minutes."
You should have turned up and went, "I'm here with your pizza, but I ate it in the way I got hungry, you know." That'll be $6, please.
Yeah, 8:12, 12 after 8 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. It's back in my wild and evil days. Now here is sports with Kyle Wiggs. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, Paul. The University of Charleston has...
Hop in and see us when you get a chance.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, we'll talk to you again in just a bit. Coming up on 8:16 on the Morning Brew. Coming up next hour, lots of good stuff for you, including... We're going to bring in a couple of authors who have written a book called The Art of Speed Reading People. You ever heard of these guys? Paul and Barbara Tiger. It's how to size people up and speak their language.
Good for if you're going to a foreign country then. You can just speak it like that instantly.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Know exactly what language they speak and go. But it's based upon something called personality typing. It's a model of psychology. And what they do is they tell you how you can just meet people, and after observing them or talking to them for a while, you can know what type of personality they have, and that'll help with your business dealings or personal dealings or whatnot. So this will be good for your personal or business life. It should be pretty interesting. We'll talk with them for a few minutes, and then we'll talk with Charleston mayoral candidate Jay Goldman. He'll be here, and what Lynette has done with this is something pretty interesting. She has gone around to area schools in Charleston and has just solicited questions, and they have come up with some dandies. So we're going to be asking questions of Jay Goldman this morning at 9:30, and Monday we'll ask some of the same questions of current mayor and mayor candidate Kemp Melton. So it should be pretty interesting. So stay tuned today and Monday for that. 8:17, 17 after 8 on the Morning Brew. With a look at traffic for you now. Here is Captain Carl with your Huntington Bank Skyhawk traffic.
Traffic looks pretty good right now. Yes.
It's 32 degrees in Charleston at 8:18 on the Morning Brew. Here's something kind of wacky I'll pass along to you before the news. Greenpeace activists, this is from the USA Today, Greenpeace activists trying to make a point about pollution near petrochemical plants on the Mississippi River attempted to deliver a quote-unquote toxic lunch of fish from a polluted bayou in Louisiana. And they tried to deliver it to Louisiana Governor Mike Foster. With TV cameras rolling, about 40 activists marched to the governor's mansion to deliver the lunch, but Foster wasn't there. It gets better. Foster's press secretary, Marzanne Goldsby, wasn't impressed. She ate the fish.
No.
So take that. She chowed down on that toxic fish. She said the governor eventually agreed to have breakfast with Greenpeace's regional director, but said he wished, quote, they'd go out and save some whales. They're pretty good at that, end quote. Can you believe that? You're trying to make a point and try to say, no one would eat this toxic fish. It comes from this polluted river. It's nasty.
And she ate it.
And the governor's press secretary goes, it's scrumptious.
These Greenpeace people aren't so bad. They brought lunch.
Yeah, how about that? I don't know. I don't know if I'd want any toxic fish, but I've been hungry enough sometimes to try to go for it. That's a neat little story there. Governor's press secretary chowing down.
Have we checked these donuts? These might be Greenpeace donuts.
I don't think those came from the Canal River.
Oh, that's okay.
I think we're in good shape. Yeah. Coming up on 8:20 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Time for a news update now from Lynette Maselli in the WCHS Radio Newsroom.
The voice of Charleston. WC Sports.
And you can catch the Metro News Gold and Blue Report every weekday morning at 6:35 and 8:35 here on the Morning Brew. Spike in Scotland with the Brew crew this morning. And what was it you were saying about it? You saw something about Go Ears?
I saw Go Ears painted on the roof, and I thought, what a great name for a football team. Ears.
I guess it would be kind of strange for you, huh?
Yeah,
Calling the
it was.
Mountaineers ears.
So as you go lower down the country, do you have Go Knees painted on things? Go Feet.
Nope, just ears. Of course, we call corn ears too. Ears
Well,
of
that's
corn.
true, that's true, yeah.
As you do
Uh-huh.
that. So,
Mhm.
like if someone offers you a like corn on the cob, they might call it a roasting ear, which is kind of weird.
That sounds like getting told off by someone.
Yeah, doesn't it though?
The teachers used to give you a thick ear.
Yeah.
I'll give you a roasting ear, young lad.
8:37 on the Morning Brew. Coming up, traffic and weather together and news in just a moment.
You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
Hi, folks. I'm Ted Armbrecht.
For by Goldman for Mayor Committee. You're listening to the Morning Brew on WCHS Talk Radio 58.
(8:54), 6 till 9 on the Morning Brew, WCHS Talk Radio 58. Paul Wheeler, Lynette Maselli, Rachel Rose, and Spike Nesmith from Scotland joining us today. So now that you've been in the country for how long now?
That's about 2 weeks now. We're
2
halfway
weeks?
through.
Last week you were very excited and very happy and loved it. Are you still very excited and still love it?
Oh yeah. I'm just getting more complacent now.
So
things are clicking into place now. It's not as bewildering anymore, but it's still cool.
So you still so obviously you're still digging it then.
Oh yeah.
Because this place is kind of like Hollywood. You were telling us that last week. You're saying that these
Yeah.
are the things you've seen in things you've seen in movies and stuff.
It is, yeah. Phone boxes are the main one.
Mm-hmm.
Is everything looks, these are the phone boxes that you see in films, because they're totally different in the UK. They're all red.
Uh-huh.
You have these really ancient phone boxes and stuff, and it's cool.
And you went last week. You were going nuts over a school bus, weren't you?
Yeah, I still am. I saw one the other day and I went, it's another school bus. Ah. It's really impressive.
Because you've seen those in movies and stuff.
Yeah, and in
or
TV,
stuff,
but we
sure.
just don't have them. It's
Yeah.
just regular buses,
Yeah. Cool. Well, glad you still are still enjoying it. Have you tried any more different kinds of food or any other weird things to eat?
No, just more Mexican food.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because you don't have that in Scotland, right?
Not at all, no. Every fast food place is either Chinese or pizza. You'll
Really?
occasionally get an Indian place, but because I suppose we're not so close to Mexico, so it's not as easy to move.
Yeah,
Gosh, I'd miss Mexican food. I love that.
I know. I would too. Can you imagine life without Taco Bell?
Oh, well, maybe not Taco Bell. But
and in saying that, I'm using the words Mexican food loosely there, but
Uh-huh.
still, you don't have those, and you've been eating those
No.
like crazy, haven't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mexican food's a wonderful thing. That's coming. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess you guys wouldn't be that close to it, but I don't know. Get some good Spanish food up there.
No, we don't even get that.
Guys
We don't
would
even get French food. Or English food.
Oh,
It's all haggis.
8:56, 4 till 9. Do you have any haggis fast food places over there? Drive through and get drive through. Give me 2 haggises and a Coke.
Not yet, but that's what I'm going to do when I go back.
You can open that up.
Yeah.
Coming up next hour, we have an interesting topic. We're going to bring a couple of authors who've written a book called The Art of Speed Reading People. We're only going to have them on for about 10 or 15 minutes or so, but and get a little quick encapsulation of the book, and we'll tell you more about it. But it's basically just about reading people and reading personality types and helping you deal with people. So you
They're
can
going to
tell.
come in and sit down and go, I've got your number, Wheeler. I know what you're about.
I hope not. I hope not. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to say about me, but I don't know if they can do it over the phone. They're going to be on the phone, so they may have to watch people or whatever. But they talk about all these different personality types that you have and how you can tell. And the book starts off with an interesting story or an anecdote about 2 people who were competing for a business deal, and the one got it because they understood this book, of course. So the odds, I guess the moral is if you read this book and listen to our show next hour, your business will improve and your life will improve and you'll get all the promotions.
Although that's not a guarantee.
That's not a guarantee. That's a legend.
Results may differ.
There you go. Offer void where prohibited. And also next hour at 9:30, we will talk with Charleston Mayor candidate Jay Goldman. We've been talking about that for a while, and we'll pose the questions to him that were given to us by area schools. Something kind of a neat little story before we get to the top of the hour here and the news. You don't have, do you have baseball at all in Scotland? You don't, do you?
No.
No baseball?
No. It's the American matches get shown sometimes.
Okay. Because there's a story out of Maryland. The Maryland Commission on Human Relations has charged a minor league baseball team with religious discrimination for offering discounted family admission prices to fans who bring church bulletins to Sunday games. The group contends that the Hagerstown Suns, now that's a team that they play in the same league as our local Charleston team does, so they will come to town several times this summer. The Hagerstown Suns, they say, violated the civil rights of Carl Silverman of Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, by refusing his family a discount because he didn't have a church bulletin. Suns general manager David Blankstone said the club wants to continue the popular promotion. So there you go. Guess not to worry about that there because you don't have baseball, but tell the Scottish Claymores not to try that.
I don't know, because I mean, sometimes if you get like from, say, a box of sweets or something, or from a can of juice, you get a discount somewhere if you bring that with you.
Yeah,
and that's not discrimination.
Yeah, I guess you could.
So maybe if this was something you did through the church, if they said, for example, we're not going to let you in because you're of a certain religion, we're not going to give you a discount, that would be discrimination, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, because we have deals around here where you go to certain restaurants, like you said, you get a little coupon, you go to the restaurant here, then we'll give you a cheaper ticket for the Alley Cats game or something like that. That's not discrimination.
Exactly.
Like you're discriminating on me because I don't like Italian food. I don't like pizza. I don't know. Interesting case. Anyway, coming up on 9 o'clock, WCHS Charleston, Talk Radio 58. I thought that would throw that out there to you. The news is next, and we'll be back with more. We'll talk about how to speed read people. We'll have a few minutes for open phones, and then we'll talk to mayoral candidate Jay Goldman, give you a chance to hear him and hear him talk about why you should vote for him if you're in Charleston. Coming up on 9 o'clock, WCHS Charleston, Talk Radio 58. The news is next.